talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I already said no. I'm not talking to you tonight. I don't like what happened, Bizzy. Well, I'm not telling the audience. I'm embarrassed about it. It's just horrible. Maybe later. Oh, I don't think so, Mon Frere. Maybe in a little bit. Maybe in a little bit. You freak. You are freak nasty, by definition. Yes, you are. There's some rumors going on. There's some rumors out in the community. There's some rumors out there that I'm singing right now. God, you always stick your nose into everything I do. So I've been busy making a video, which is done. I'll give you guys a sneak preview as long as you promise to watch the video. But it's a banger. It's a banger of a video. And you know what I did? I went and looked at my views. Maybe normal YouTubers do that stuff. I went and looked at my views, and I got good views on all my videos I've put up lately. I uploaded my last video, and it got like 300 views the last time I looked at it, and I was like, maybe that's good. I don't know. Because I was only like a couple hours later, and I didn't look at it for days. And I go back and look, and I'm like, damn, it got some views. Just a few, but that's good, because I didn't expect to get views because I've barely been streaming and I've barely been uploading. So thank you. I love you. Thank you. And I've got a video done. I think I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. I think you guys get a sneak peek of the new video. Here it is. This is Gypsy Rose Lee. She had a sister named June Havoc. They were famous back in the day for their burlesque dances, but they were also famous for having an overbearing mother that pushed them into performing from a young age. The mother was said to be the stage mom from hell, and on social media, over the last few days and weeks, another stage mom from hell has been getting some attention. The stage mom known as Lillee Jean's momager or lore. And if you haven't caught up, you're going to have to watch Premink's video and Creepshow Art's 2 videos on the subject. But it all comes down to the mystery of whether Lillee Jean's following is real or fake, and if it's okay to talk about it. Because according to some, just talking about it is cyberbullying. Last night, I was watching another creator's video on the subject, and I realized I need to look into Lillee Jean's analytics myself before weighing in any further. And I found some interesting things.
Oh, I thought from the beginning Tanya was one of these types of people. So, yeah.
Well, okay, you know what? So now we know what we need to do. I told you from the beginning.
That's all you get. That's all you get right now. But that video is going to be uploaded. It'll be released on UNIRock 2 tomorrow in the morning. So do me a favor. Go give it a watch. Go give it a like or a dislike. Whatever you want to do. Leave it a comment. You know, leave it 2 comments. Leave it 3 comments. Make sure you tell Bizzy hello tomorrow in the comments. He would enjoy that. He's a lonely crackhead. Well, you are. You don't want to know what he's been up to. I'll tell you later. I can't get into it right now. It's depressing. It is. It would depress dead Kennedys in space if he heard it. It would. It would send him into a fit of depression. a literal fit of depression. He would tell everybody on social media. Give me 1 second, please. Wow. I even crack myself up sometimes with this show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Turn on a song for a second, please. I don't know where that came from. Damn. Damn. Oh my. Oh my. My goodness. Okay. All right. Now, on top of the fact of the video that I just... On top of the fact of the video that I just finished, if I can get back on script here, we've got a current live stream room in my Discord server completely packed full of stuff to show you. It's all the drama, all the garbage, all the bullshit that's been going on while I've been putting together the video with my squad fam. And thank you to everybody that helped me in my Discord server with the video today. Can't do it without you. You guys are too good. And I think because we all worked together, we made a great video. I think you'll agree when you see it tomorrow, because it's actually... I made sure to actually do a video this time. I've been weighing in with just my thoughts lately. And you guys know, if you've watched any of my old stuff from back in the day, I always have a point to my video, a thought layered through my edited videos and even my live streams. But I just, you know, I just been messing around for a while, for a few weeks now. So it feels good to get back to doing a video that has a theme that actually, you know, loops back to what it meant to loop back on. Damn it, shut up. We got a great video, too, to watch. We've got to watch Professor Dave Explains has 10 challenges for flat earthers. And I've been told that some of Professor Dave Explains challenges are very similar to challenges I've put out to flat earthers in the last while. For some of you that know, I used to debunk flatties sometimes. I got sick of it, bored of it. I still like watching it. But I came to the determination that you can debunk any flat earther with the most simple thing, which is the geometry of our Earth. As in the Terminator line, which cities are in night and day, and the sunrise, the sunset, where the sun, moon, and Earth is. This is what makes the Earth have to be round. Why let them argue complex things? You could just revert back to those simple things, no matter how complex their ding-dongy stuff is. It's like if you build a house, but you F up the foundation, you screwed it up. You always got to go back and get a good foundation there. You can't just skip the foundation. You can't skip the thing the house sits on and build the rest of the house. That's what flatties do. They think they can conflate things and skip the most basic thing. Anyway, so the weirdest thing happened. It's almost like exactly what I told you would happen in the flat earth community is happening in the flat earth community. Because when I dipped out of talking about flatties often, I told you guys that it was destined to go to where they were going to eat each other alive, that the factions of flatties would eventually start losing views and momentum. It would turn them on each other when their money dried up, and they would start attacking each other like crazy, blaming each other for the fact that their flatty empire is coming to a crumble. It is, by the way, but there's a really, really bad phenomenon going on right now that is around this, and this is Brian Stavely. Mad Mike Hughes perishes in a homemade rocket, stunt, real, or scripted to clown the flat earth. This is the most disrespectful, stupid video. This guy does not deserve a following, but what do you expect from idiots who can't even do middle school geometry or early high school 9th grade geometry and must, you know, clickbait anything they can in the most sensational way to get views, right? When you don't have content, when you're too stupid to to have content. This is what you do. The issue is there's a lot of ding-dongs out there that believe this shit. So I told you about this guy named Mad Mike. He's a stunt man, and he got older, and he experienced a lot of loss in his life, and he was very lost. He started to believe in the flat earth. And he wanted to launch himself as high as he could in a homemade rocket using water pressure as the launch mechanism thingy, fuel, I don't know. And he did it, which I thought was fantastic. He was in a documentary called Rocket Man. It was on Amazon Prime. I haven't been able to find it lately, but it's a great documentary. It's a great video. It's 2 hours. It documents him and one of his genius buddies building a rocket. His genius buddies, by the way, aren't flatties. And they help Mike build the rocket. He wants to launch himself as high as he can. He wants to see the Earth with his own eyes. I hope he got to see it, because when he launched himself up, his parachute came out immediately. The rocket's parachute. He was launching himself up. They had tied a parachute to the rocket, and the first launch that came down, he lived through it. He hit the ground going about 70 miles an hour, and he had to go to the hospital, but he lived. The second launch, his parachute launched. When he launched, it ripped the parachute off of the rocket, and Mike realized he didn't have a parachute, so he ejected himself. And you can literally see Mad Mike's body come out of the damn rocket in the video if you look at it close enough. We're talking about flat earthers, though. But that's not what the most interesting thing is. The most interesting part of this is the flatties that are in the live chat of this guy and another guy's channel. And they, from a video, if I can grab it for you so I can do this the right way. Well, look, we've got another ding-dong that talks about this. We've got the Crack Guile. The Crack Guile. He weighed in. No, not the Crack Guy. He can't help you. He believes in a flat earth. I know you do, too. You smoke crack with him, probably. The Crack Guile weighed in. But anyway, we've got another video here somewhere. I don't know. Hold up. I've got a whole bunch of videos for you, though, that talk about Mad Mike dying, and we can go through and see how they react. Here it is. Joey Rocha. Joey Ding Dong Rocha. These guys must have some type of, you can't be too hard on flatties, because if you are, you're basically bullying people with mental conditions. They're flatties because they have something wrong with them. There are no shills in the flat earth community, part 2. And his claim is that people like Fight the Flat Earth and others are shills. He says flatties aren't shills. I would attest to you, Joey Ding Dong Rocha, that Bob from Globebusters is the definition of a shill. Somebody who lies to their audience about something they know they're lying to their audience about in order to make money off of the views they get for lying about it, purposely. Yeah, I think you got a bunch of shills who know that the Earth. Bob for himself tested it with a $20,000 gyroscope, laser gyro. If you recall, we talked about that for a while. I'm not going to bring it up again. But in the live chat of this video is where the interesting things happen. We'll talk about that at some point tonight. I don't know when, because it's the least interesting of the things we could possibly talk about. We've got the thing. Some people accused me of clickbaiting Steve McCrae's name yesterday. I did not clickbait the Grinchy Boomer's name yesterday because I talked about him twice in that 8-hour stream. It's just an 8-hour stream. It's hard to go probably watch it. I don't want you to watch the replay. I don't expect you to watch the replay. It's an 8-hour live stream. I'm not unrealistic. I don't do an 8-hour live stream so that people can watch it. I do it so they'll come hang during it. Now, people can skip through it if they want. If they did skip through it, they would know that I talked about Steve McCrae twice yesterday. One, I talked about the same thing both times. This is the ironic thing. I brought up that he accepted a debate on Modern Day Debate. And I brought up how bad that exposed him as a ding-dong, as a dummy ding-dong. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best not to be demonetized anymore. And I use kindergarten language to avoid using the language that demonetizes me. Adult language. So anyway, so to explain this to people like Menace to Sobriety, and others who are white knights for Mr. McCrae that cannot think for themselves, regardless of the topic or situation. Yesterday, I brought him up twice. I elaborated on how he told me when he got really mad at me after I made Versus Mode Part 2, he one night out of nowhere, I want to talk to UNIRock. UNIRock needs to come talk to me right now. I'm going to be streaming on this channel. Uni needs to join and talk to me. Boom, 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 zoom, zoom, zoom. Well, I said, I will talk to you. I will talk to you. I will debate you on Modern Day Debate on a neutral channel because that channel has tried to dox me for 3 years and I'm not going there. That's why I love playing the clip for you where the host of the video 5 hours into their stream says, that's right, I tried to dox Uni. He says, I doxed Uni. That's why that's so good, because this is the context that most people don't have, because the act of them, after him saying that, working on doxing me together with Steve McCrae's help using my age to narrow down the candidates, is more of an exposing moment than the other thing I'm telling you right now. But just to elaborate, before they went into that stream, I said, I'm not going to talk to you there, but I'll do it on Modern Day Debate, and I challenged him to a debate. He went to the stream saying, oh, whatever, you're a conspiracy theorist. He never tried to dox you. And he went to the stream. He acted like his drunk, boomy self, grinchy self, and went to the stream. So he goes there. They hang out for 5 hours. All of them get drunk. The host of the channel starts smoking his Chiba, and they get so loopy in the brain that they admit to trying to dox people. Then they start working on trying to dox people while live. Now, for those of you that are too dense or that white knight for Steve McCrae so much you can't get the concept, Menace to Sobriety, the reason why once they got super drunk they clicked back into talking about doxing was because they were talking about it off the air with no one listening beforehand, and when getting drunk they kind of mixed the time together. Get me? You ever been around a drunk person who all of a sudden starts talking about something that you guys were talking about 6 hours earlier? That happens to me when I'm around drunk people constantly. It annoys the piss out of me, by the way. It does. I'm not playing. Now, when I'm drunk with them, and I don't drink anymore, so it doesn't happen that often, but when I'm drunk with drunk people, when they start talking randomly about something we were talking about earlier, I don't mind. I'll just go back into the conversation like nothing happened. But don't tell me that if you have been to parties and you've gone out and chilled with people and you go out and do things, don't act like you haven't had this happen. It is a repeating phenomenon, an often repeating phenomenon with people that drink and party. So don't even tell me it doesn't happen. And that's exactly what happened. But that's why they got so surprised when Mr. Ding Dong Face said, I did dox UNIRock. Because they weren't just realizing, that's bad. He just said that live. That makes us all look really bad. And this sucks now. They didn't just realize that. They also had to reckon with the fact that before they went to talk there, I had told them that he had done that, and I had told them that's the reason why I will not talk to them on that platform. Oh, man. So all of it just comes together to expose him as the boomer Grinch that he is, that he will try now. See, what you guys don't realize is this is exactly what I told you his scammer ass would do. Let me explain why, so we don't have to talk about his ding-dong ass anymore, and we can just chill and get our stuff done that we're doing tonight. When he got busted out for ripping off his community with the super chat thing, when he got busted out for inventing, creating, lying on Katie to try to attack her to create his own content because he didn't have any, when he got busted doing all these things like running the troll groups and all that came out, right? I had told you all several things that he would do. Now, you can find this clip in my live streams. It's there. It's real. You can find it. You can put it in a video if you want. You need to do the work to find it because I know it happened. My audience knows it happened, and you can find it if you put the time into it. You just got to dig through those streams. But I told you that he would do the same thing every other scammer does when they get busted, which is lay low for a while, realize he's utterly defeated, come back and try to go back to doing his atheist content, try to do that for, well, his original content. So any scammer will try to do something else for a little bit, you know, buy some time after they come back from vacay. Then typically after a brief period of time, realizing that no one gives a shit about what they're doing anymore, they'll start attacking people again and revert eventually back to the original drama because they won't find success in a new drama, knowing how fake and bullshitty they are. Do you understand everything I'm putting in line here? You guys that watch me remember me saying this before he took his break and while he was on his break in Texas or whatever. Okay, good. Because I did tell you he would do this. In fact, I predicted pretty much every single thing that he would do after scamming the community. Not because I'm a fortune teller, but because I busted plenty of people. They all do this. They all have this, like, they all have the propensity. They all have this behavior of chilling out, taking off, laying low, coming back, trying to do their other chill content, not working, go in, start attacking people, then, you know, going back into what they normally do, trying to get their views back, whatever. So this is just another example of him doing that. But the modern day debate thing, I did bring it up yesterday. I talked about it not just once because I brought it up the first time, but when I noticed we'd been streaming 5 or 6 hours, I said to myself, well, shit, I've been streaming 5 or 6 hours. People are going to accuse me of clickbaiting McCrae. This is the funny part. I said this yesterday. It might be around the 5-hour and 20-minute mark or the 6-hour mark of that stream, but I said that, and then I re-described my criticism of him accepting a debate with T-Jump and talked about how hypocritical it was and how much it exposed him for losing the situation with Joy, losing the situation that I was going to debate him on. So just so everybody's up to speed and that criticism is squashed, destroyed, and the ding-dongs that say those things looks even stupider than they did before saying those things, good. We're at that point. So the current live stream room is absolutely freaking jam-packed with garbage here about these different... Let me just show you an example of what we have, because thank goodness some of you guys are cool enough to even grab me screenshots of stuff like this. Globebuster says, everyone des. Most celebrate the death of an enemy. Mad Mike was an FE enemy because his stupidity brought nothing but ridicule to the community. Now, if I still did content where I made fun of flatties, I would compare him to Mad Mike. Show that Mad Mike actually did something and was inspirational, funny. He was pretty cool. He was goofy, doofy, and dumb, but he was a pretty cool guy, and he was like 26 times the man that Bob from Globebusters is. So that's what I would do right now if I just still did that type of content, but I don't want to do that type of content. So let's see here. Osman, I've never met anybody who openly mocks the dead the way you and Mark did. Does that bother you? Obviously, Osman is trolling Globebusters. Globebusters responds, well, now you have. Mike was an idiot and will surely win a Darwin Award, just something else to humiliate the Flat Earth community. So do you see that Bob from Globebusters, and good job, Trolls versus Trolls, with this expert troll on Globebusters here, because it does expose him as a heartless piece of shit, but we already knew he was a heartless piece of shit. He already is okay lying to everybody about the shape of the earth, fudging every experiment that he gets, lying about the results of the ring laser gyro experiment, and then fudging the results of it and trying to bullshit that experiment, even though it cost his community $20,000, literally. So why would we think he wouldn't mock the dead if it is bad for his pocketbook? Well, of course he will, because all he cares about is money. He cons you guys for money, obviously. Well, not Trolls versus Trolls, but you know what I'm saying. So then Globebuster says to Trolls versus Trolls, most people in the community feel the same way as me. Mad Mike was hateful fool who sued people for their own identities. Okay, who the hell, I don't even know what you're saying, you ding dong. And no body, no proof. And this is what every flatty does. Immediately, well, every conspiracy theorist ding dong does. Immediately after a death, This happened with Lift the Veil. It happens with the Flatties. It happens with all of them. When somebody dies, they don't put the mother flipping body on display and just show it to everybody. You ding dong. That happens if somebody just passes out dead. What if you fell out of a rocket 70 feet in the air? You're not going to have an open casket. Nobody's ever going to see your body. Nobody would want to. It's going to be pulverized. This is just disgusting. But you can guarantee your conspiracy theory by doing this. You don't give a shit about the logic or what's real or not with it. You get my drift? You got me? All right. And what else we got here? This is going to be explosive and crazy for your documentary, Shelly. I can't wait to see how you cover it. Flat Earthers, we ain't so dumb after all. Shelly Lewis, you're doing such a great job getting to the bottom of this. What the hell are they talking about? I've never seen Shelly get to the bottom of anything. She could barely figure out that what's his name was scamming her the whole time and never really was a video producer. I mean, shit. And Shelly says, what happened to Mad Mike's body? We are getting reports that it simply was smashed to smithereens. Where's the coroner's report? You do realize that the coroner, it takes time for the coroner report to get done, to get filed, to get whatever it has to do before it becomes public. Have you ever reported on anything in your life? Because if you had, you would know it takes time to get a coroner's report. It doesn't happen that day, that instant, that moment. You kidding me? Really? Really? The coroner may look at the body, do an autopsy, but the report doesn't just bing as soon as it's done, go print out in your living room, for God's sakes. What are you talking about, ding dong? Did you ever exist in real reality before? Oh, now this is a ringer. This is a ding dong and ringer, so get ready. I can't believe what I'm saying. Globebuster says, no, Joey Rocha, I do not take any money and never have, period. What? Hold the front door. Are you telling me, Globebusters, you're going to claim that you don't take any money? You've got your own Patreon. You've got your own PayPal link. What the fuck are you talking about? This is a scammer, y'all. This is what they do, okay? They all have no respect, even for the life of somebody else. They act like they are flat earthers because they are Christian, because they are religious, because they are religious fundamentalists, right? They morph a Bible verse into saying the earth is flat. Therefore, they must believe it. They're not. They aren't religious fundamentalists, because religious fundamentalists have to respect that book for every single word it says exactly as they or their group interprets it. And that book talks about how you should treat other people and the dead very specifically. You don't just get to take one little passage out, warp it out so you can believe the earth is flat and make a bunch of money off of YouTube, but then go around literally breaking every other doctrine in your religion. You get me? They have never been good people. They would just do this for free if they truly believed in it and it wasn't them doing a business. Bob from Globebusters and Jaron for the 956,433rd time live are scammers. They are pathological liars. They must maintain this image in order to get money. If they were to come out and ever tell the truth about an experiment that they did, like Jaron's that was taken by the documentary, like Bob's with the ring laser gyroscope, like a million others that I could name right now, their audience wouldn't donate. Their audience truly, if you break it down, is donating for them to put on an act that they believe this hard. If they believe this hard, other people can relax and say, I don't believe this hard. I don't go off and do all the things Globebuster does publicly. I don't even tell my friends I'm a flatty. But I'm a flatty, and I hang with the flatties, and I believe it. Bob, Jaron, the flat earther that I donate to takes, they do the thing that I would be doing if I really believed in the flat earth, right? Most people are there for community. Most people are there for friendship because they can't blend in with others. They got to go to communities that are all inclusive, that have no standard. You don't have to be a good person. You don't have to be the type of person that doesn't talk ill of people that just died out of respect for the family and loved ones. You don't have to be the type of person who doesn't lie to people to scam them on the internet. The Flat Earth will accept you no matter who you are, no matter what you do, because they need the numbers. So because of that, you get a bunch of people that shit on the dead, spit on the dead, and talk this way when there is a video on the internet recorded live that you could have watched with your own eyes that shows Mike Hughes launching a rocket, pull his eject mechanism, and shoot out of the damn thing while 100 feet above the earth and come plummeting down to his death. It is recorded. It is recorded that he's in the fucker before it launches. Of course, that video's not out yet. You do realize there was a movie crew at that launch, right? Mike Hughes, what the flatty dinged I, not being a flatty. Well, I am a debunker of the flatty, so I have even done research that has proven that there was a documentary crew for a television show at that launch for Discovery, or was it for the Travel Channel? Maybe it was for History. No, it wasn't History. It was one of the more conspiracy-laden channels, not History. They do Ancient Aliens, I know, but they were there recording Mike, prepping, building. They recorded him get in it. They literally had the camera on him the whole time, Bob. Hey, all you idiots that are pushing this stupid conspiracy, there was a documentary film crew there. The video most likely will come out. They're probably going to show him get in and launch. They're not going to show the launch go wrong, I would assume, in whatever show comes out or whatever television show ends up popping off of this. They were doing maybe it was a rocket show. It could have even been a rocket show. I don't know. It might not have been anything that had to do with conspiracies. My point, if Bob or Shelley or Brian Stavely or any of these idiots would have known that, and all you had to do to know that was read a few articles that were put out about this, you wouldn't be saying this right now because you're going to look like morons when that shit does come out here in a few months. Got me? And it is going to be a few months. Why don't they release it now? If it's real, it's not a conspiracy. Why would it take a few months, UNIRock? That sounds crazy. That's conspiratorial. It would take a few months because it's for a movie. It's for a TV show. They own that film. They're not just going to give away their film. For God's sakes. My goodness. Anyway, though, the funny thing, the thing that matters here is that Joey Rocha does one of the stupidest YouTube videos on record. Now, we're talking about on the record, like this is a stupid video. This is a bad video, y'all. This is stupid. The level of stupidity will literally erode some of your brain cells if you watch this with me, so I hope you're prepared. It's bad. So this video, while he's doing this, is when they start having all these arguments in the chat. And they're literally, his argument is that the shills, the people that just do this for money, that are lying for money, not telling the truth, not being entertaining, not putting out content, not being straightforward, the shills aren't Bob and Joey and the flatties. The shills are the debunkers. It's so dumb. We're not going to listen to it right now, but I'll give you a preview.
Aloha, everybody. Thank you for joining me, your host, Joey Rocha, for another episode of Flat Earth Live. This is
Flat Earth Lies. You got it.
There's no shills on a Flat Earth Part 2. And I'm just going to get straight to the point. A couple days ago, I made a video, or yesterday, I made a video saying that there's no shills on a Flat Earth.
You're right. There are no shills on the Flat Earth because there is no Flat Earth, my dude.
I used Mad Mike Hughes as an example, just as an example.
Why is he an example? The dude built a rocket and launched himself in it so that he could try to prove whether the Earth was flat or not. Where does that make him a shill? The dude was dirt poor. He didn't even have enough money to pay for the shit. Where is he making all this money, my dude?
Only because he just recently passed away, and a lot.
You only used him as an example because he just died? Really?
A lot of people are saying that he was a government paid agent.
He was a crazy guy. Listen, my dude, there would need to be a reason that people would pay him to be an agent. Are you telling me your logic, your brain, your existence on this planet somehow led you to becoming an adult and then forming a theory that the government paid a dude to pretend like he's batshit crazy to hold his cat's ashes and hair and cry into them, stating that he's going to take his dead cat's ashes into a rocket and fly to the Terminator line or the Carmen line or whatever it is, and that he's going to look upon the flat earth up there in his rocket with his cat's remains because it was such a good cat and he loved the cat so much. You're telling me that was an act? That would be like you telling me that your stupidity itself is an act. I wouldn't believe it.
People also say that Bob Noodle's a government paid agent.
No, he's not. He's not a government paid agent, you freaking moron. He is a skeezer. He's the same as Steve McCrae, Red's Rhetoric, the one. Now look, it's an ecosystem of skis, okay? You've got skis, not S-K-I-S, not what you go down a hill on a snowy peak, but S-K-E-E-Z. You've got one side, they continually debunk the flat earth only to the minimal point that they can while stating that that's their main thing that they do and run constant GoFundMe campaigns that rack up to asking for $150,000 or more while receiving between $50,000 and $75,000 in just a period of a couple years between like 8 people. On the other side of it, you got Bob, you got Jaron. They constantly generate the stupidity that people need to debunk while doing constant GoFundMe campaigns to buy ring laser gyroscopes, to go do trips where they throw balloons up in the air and pretend like they're shining laser beams over a freaking river, and it just gives them something to do because they're so bored and crazy and stupid and they don't want to work a job, and it allows them to sit on YouTube and constantly regurgitate this constant starry content over and over and over again. The only thing you're seeing are two sides that constantly play off of each other's skeeziness to constantly get money. Now, don't act like I'm putting the good debunkers into this group, and don't think I'm putting the real flatties into this group. There are real flatties out there that don't just sit around and do GoFundMe campaigns and pay drives constantly, and there are really good debunkers out there who never do those things, like Bob the Science Guy, Blue Marble Science, Mr. Sensible, Simon Dan, Conspiracy Cats. But when you're talking about the shills of a community, there are shills in the gaming community, my dude. I don't know why I'd need to go into this again, and this is boring, by the way, so we're going to move on very quickly. But in the gaming community, there are people that are approached by gaming companies. Now, these people, when they're approached by these gaming companies, they're not upfront about what they're doing. They just pretend to like a game. They pretend to advertise a game when in reality they've been paid by a company to do it, right? You've got people like Shroud. Shroud is not a shill. Dr. Disrespect is not a shill. He's paid by companies, but they tell you that they're paid by companies. They're honest with you so that while you're watching them, you know what you're doing. If you tip to them, you know what's going on. Then you've got people like, and I go watch 8 Thoughts because he exposes a shit ton of them. People like those guys that play the game and sell out and lie and do fake clickbait content and do all. Those would be the shills, the ones that are clickbaiting, lying, and manipulating, right? You see the difference? Do you see how you need logic to be able to come to conclusions to put into videos, my dude? Go back to school, Joey. Go get mental help, Joey. Take some medication, Joey.
People say that I'm a government paid agent. They say that Nathan Thompson is a
Bro, if you go by what people say, you could find somebody out there that says anything about anyone. You got to go with the ones that at least are entertaining or really stupid or makes sense. One of those things. This is boring.
Government paid agent. Hey, Jay Zimmer, what's up, my brother? Do me a favor and share this for me, brother, while it's live.
Hey, you're the first person who managed to speak in the 20 minutes I've been streaming. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Oh, I know you'll want to. So here's what happened, just so you know. I'm going to get through this quick. Globebusters eventually jumps in because he heard that Joey Rocha called him a shill. So, of course, Bob needs to spurg out like the uber boomer that he is, and he jumps in to defend his flat earth reputation. Globebusters, I'm pretty sure he plugs into the wall at night like a tablet. I don't know what that means, but he's got flat in his name. I could only guess. When somebody's body hasn't even cold yet, if there is a body and certain people are already trying to figure out how to cash in on it, there's that whole thing. Yeah, that's exactly what Joey Roach is doing right here, you freaking ding-dong. Wingnut says, hey, Globebusters, come on, tell me about Mad Mike. I know you know about Mad Mike. Tell me what happened. Mad Mike forgot to tie off the chute. LiveStream Media covered the story. You see, there are some people that are so irredeemably dumb that just because it's on the news, it's immediately fake. There are some people that are so dumb that just because it's on the news, they believe it's real. I mean, it goes both ways. You got to be skeptical on everything you see and hear and just believe evidence. But, you know, that's a dying meme at this point. Being smart, you know, making sure you don't get conned or ripped off, thinking things through before you believe them, that's a dying meme nowadays. So, you know, those billions of dollars for COVID-19 will pay for a lot of crematory centers. I don't know what that means. Not to have an opinion, Joey, but I won't make a definitive claim. But I'm not going to be naive either. For any government that is corrupt, it would make no sense not to insert agents. You ding-dong, you're talking about an invented fake community on YouTube that lies about a very simple, natural thing like what shape the earth could possibly be in order to constantly, for years, talk about this topic. Bro, there's no government agents here, my dude. I'm sorry. Have you heard of Metropolis? Fritz Lang's film was the blueprint for the elite inserting agents within movements to destroy them. It's government tactics to infiltrate groups. I didn't make this up. This is a literal live chat from a couple days ago. This is real. This is real. I can produce a ton of proof that IPS is a shill, Joey Rocha. He proves it on every podcast, says Globebusters. Bob Nodell, Mad Mike, Flat Earth, a laughingstock. He was a clown. I love you, bro. Snap out of it. Duh, Globebuster, the Mad Mike's still alive. Globebusters. Nobody? Nope. Is this can't be the real. I don't believe it's the real Globebusters. I don't believe it. Oh my God. Oh my God! It is! It is! Oh my God, this is so bad. Oh, this is so bad. Sorry, man, Dan is a lying NASA shill. Let me see what Jaren... I haven't looked at any of this shit in so fucking long, dude. What the hell is this? What is this shit? Oh, I'm so glad I don't watch this shit anymore. Space Crack Mag Volume 1 with Rodrigo Ferrari Nunez, PhD. Rodrigo Ferrari Nunez. Jaren, you've lost your mind so much that you're actually just straight up making shit up now. There is no human being named Rodrigo Ferrari Nunez, my dude. Oh, no, I believe you hang out with him. It sounds like one of your friends' names. I'm not talking about that right now. I refuse to talk about that right now. I'm still devastated over that shit. Oh, anyway, if we get bored at some point, when I get done with some of my videos in the next day or two, maybe I'll talk about this in an upload because it is kind of funny. I'll admit it. It's a little hilarious. I'll admit that. Let's skip it.
And I want to see us win. I don't want to see an argument that's based on a false allegation like a government.
My dude, you're talking about the flat Earth. You realize it's literally impossible for the Earth to be flat, right? Based on 9th grade science, okay? The only reason you can argue it is because you ignore 9th grade science. Your argument is already over.
Agent, because that, like I said, it destroys the community because now everybody calls everybody a government agent.
They've been calling everybody a government agent for a long time, you freaking idiot.
And it's forming nothing but division. Musicians for Truth says, I would like that, but you know, jail and shiz. Musicians for Truth says, if I could get away with it, I probably would. Brian Staley is laughing.
What is he reading? Hold up. Maybe the chat's
chat's
stuck. Hold on.
Like I said, it destroys the community.
Okay, here we go. Capitalism is trash. I'm a socialist. Globebusters, Mad Mike definitely piggybacked on the flat earth truth when he openly admitted that he wasn't a flat earther, yet the mainstream media is all over the story, almost like it was planned. Oh my God. Oh, that's Eyes to See. That's Eyes to See. You remember Eyes to See, don't you? Remember her? What the hell? Is it a new channel? What the hell is this? Is it a they have 2 Eyes to See now? Oh my God. Are you an anarchist, Anthony? We need to get rid of the hierarchy system, to be honest. Shill, noun, an accomplice of a hawker, a gambler, or swindler who acts as an enthusiastic customer to entice or encourage others. Oh, man. It's there, Suge, my dude. It's just really low. Okay, so the moral of the story before we move on to the meat of tonight's live stream, what you're all here for probably, is that these guys are just all attacking and fighting with each other exactly like I told you they would. So it's only going to get worse before it gets better. So I would like to defend Mike Hughes. I would like to defend his death. As in debunk the dumb conspiracy theories around his death. I think I could do it very easily just by doing a funny video that takes what these idiots are saying, laughs at them for it, makes fun of them a little bit because it is that bad, and then talks about, maybe I could reference the article that I found, that actually multiple articles that talk about how a film crew was on location with Mad Mike when he launched his rocket with high-definition cameras that filmed it from several angles, zooming in on him when he got in the thing, watching him launch. There was a camera in the damn thing with him. So maybe I can just reference those articles and completely debunk their stupid conspiracy theory. Because once you put out, I found that on YouTube, people will do this no matter what. It reminds me of the limo crash conspiracy. Remember a channel called Lift the Veil? From years ago, there was a limo crash where 18 or 19 teenagers and young adults died because it was going 60. It tried to stop. Its brakes completely went out, and it was coming out of a curve that's down a hill and went into a curve. It was a very dangerous intersection, and it went straight into a field after smashing into another car and just killed everybody. It flipped and flipped and flipped. It almost ripped the entire vehicle in half. It was hanging by a thread together still. What Lift the Veil did, he took the video of the limo that was broke in half, but paused it right when it was behind a tree so that you could only see the back end of it, and told everybody, damn, it doesn't even have a scratch on it. When if you just hit play on the video, I went live and hit play on the video from where he paused it and showed that they were wrenching it out of the ground with a winch and pulling it, and you could see the front end completely bent upwards, completely destroyed, completely just trashed, and showed that he was lying. And still a month later, he does another video saying that the limo crash was a conspiracy, nobody died, and that the limo was perfectly fine. This is something that people do on the internet for views. They take a sensational story, and the reason that they do it is because it works. Even though Mike Hughes was recorded by all these cameras, And there's no evidence to say that Mike didn't die. Or, you know, right now, could you say there's evidence that he did? Yes, you've got a video that shows his body ejecting from the rocket in midair. You could see the parachute come off. The only way you could prove that Mike Hughes, even think that Mike Hughes didn't die, is if you show a video of him getting out of the rocket before it launched. Those videos don't exist because he was in the damn rocket. So they're just doing this for views. More guile. Let's see what this idiot says.
Good morning. Hope y'all are having a terrific day. And we're going to be going live here in just a minute. This one.
You're already live, hi guy.
It's kind of impromptu, so I didn't like create an event or anything. I'm just going live because, right? Hey, Karen B, good morning. This is exactly what I called a couple of years ago when they did the first rocket launch. I was like, this doesn't pass the smell test for several reasons. So...
You're high. I'm just going to say it right now. You are either high or coming down and wanting more, my dude.
Okay, so the media attention was a big red flag for me.
The media attention is a red flag. Really?
The whole point to the rocket launch was...
You basically get media attention, and it's immediately a red flag. That itself, it's just a red flag if the media cares. That's a red flag.
It's a big red flag for me. And then when I saw Mad Mike on the Tosh.0 show, I was like, okay, this guy's totally a shill, bro. Like,
he's a so Onision's a shill. Every comedy special is a shill. Everybody that goes on, only conspiracy theorists that go on Tosh.0 are shills. So Tosh.0 can't have a show. He can't have people come out there and do a show with them. This is why I don't do this anymore. It's just stupid. They used to be good guys. The Flatties used to do things that were either funny or were at least somewhat that took the tiniest bit of thought to debunk. They literally, this is it right now. Here's what they do now. And dude, don't you tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong about this. This is why I don't like talking about Flat Earth anymore. They go live. They take an event. They say, this happened, so it must be fake. That's literally what they do. They used to go, this happened. So you got this, then this, and this. And you'd think, well, it does seem a little bit weird. But here you go. Here's a debunk that took me a few minutes to put together. Literally, all you got to do to debunk them, they've devolved to the point where you just go live and say, dude's lying. He has nothing. He just made that up. There's your debunk. He just made it up. He's just saying that with his mouth. It is horrible content. It's not good content. It's not good to debunk. It's not fun to talk about. It's not funny anymore. It's really not funny to sit and listen to these guys claim that a person who got their movement more attention than Jeranism ever did, than Globebuster, he made more people type the word flat earth into Google or YouTube than Jeranism ever did. You'd think they'd be happy about that. But what do? He died, so therefore he's a bad guy, government agent. He's a shill. He's making us look stupid. You realize if the Morgile was to go viral for his wife calling him a crackhead in the parking lot like she does every month, then he went viral for some reason over that. They would just call him a shill. Oh, yep, his wife called him a crackhead. Media attention, he's a shill. Jeranism trips and falls when he's out there with the laser and cuts his foot off. Laser just cuts his foot right off, right? When he's trying to like shoot a laser beam across the damn lake. Somehow this laser beam cuts his foot off, gets media attention. Now Jaren's a shill. It's just not good content anymore, man. It's just stupid. Oh, here we go. Here's the big one. Here's the big one.
Earth 1800. I did take money and fund me.
Oh, we've got a high production video here. Mad Mike was paid to stick a banner on his rocket, but the question is, was he paid to fake his own? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's just, is he a shill? Did he do something messed up? There's no effort here whatsoever.
That's the game here in Hollywood.
News homemade 4-year-old was seen ejected.
Why would CBS claim that Mike was ejected from the rocket? Could it be they found an empty rocket? They didn't claim he was ejected from the rocket. It's on video, you idiot. You just got to look really close to the homemade video. You can see him eject from the damn rocket. You see, Mike's buddy put an ejection system into the rocket in case the chute didn't work. Now, I think Mike was supposed to be wearing a parachute. I have this weird thought in my head that Mike was supposed to be wearing a parachute, right? I guess he forgot the fucker. I don't know. I'm just saying he did eject. He used a lever to eject, provably on video, from the rocket. I'm not showing it on my live stream. It's very disturbing. His body, Shelly, his body was ejected because he pulled a lever. Russell, impossible. He was locked into the cockpit, bolted in. No fancy U.S. military ejection seat. No, he had an ejection in there. It wasn't fancy. Wasn't ejected or helicopter searching for body parts? Which one is it? When I left around 5, we could see that the sheriff's helicopter was still at the site. Been there over an hour already. Must have been the coroner trying to find pieces of the body before sunset. And the coyotes getting the rest. His body was simply splattered into nothing. Have all steel frame barrel down right on top of him. It certainly went shockingly fast. You see what they do? They just take any little thing they can. Somebody could go out and just put anything they want out on social media. These guys are going to grab a screenshot. This guy's the expert. Take what he said. This can't be an idiot just putting something on the net. This is an expert. Oh my God, how long are you going to keep this on the screen, my dude? Then our witness claims the body couldn't be identified because it was pulverized. Who cares what your witness says? How do we know that he knows what happened? I'm not going to show all of this. How about, I bet you I could see him be ejected. I bet we can see it. Okay, this is where he realizes he can't pull his chute. He didn't know his chute came out at the launch because inside, all he's feeling is like, you know, all he's feeling is the force. He doesn't know his chute pulled out early, and they were probably trying to tell him. But if you watch the first launch, he was launched so fast that he almost lost consciousness on the first launch. And I think you see him come out here somewhere like right around. You can see him come out if you watch. You gotta somebody download this, put it into Photoshop or put it into a video editor, and add a couple filters to it. Add an invert the filter. You'll see everything. This will turn black, and then the little dot of him coming out will be white. Do the inversion filter. What about his family? Are they in on it? Hughes had no close relatives, and let alone in Maple Valley with his 4 cats. Well, yeah, you already know that if you watched the documentary about him. There was a documentary about the guy. All of this was said years ago in his documentary. What do you got here? Are these guys talking about it?
On BuzzFeed News, the flat Earth thing was confirmed to be total as they'd reached out to his PR rep, who stated the following. And this is after he died, apparently. So his PR person was quick to be like, all right, yeah, he's dead, but we need to get this out there. He was not a flat earther.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so the day apparently that he died, the PR person reached out and said this: "We used flat Earth as a PR stunt, period." Yeah.
Wow.
Quote, "He was a true daredevil decades before the latest round of rocket missions. Flat Earth allowed us to get so much publicity that we kept going. I know he didn't believe in flat Earth, and it was a shtick." I mean, he really kept to it, and he kept selling the whole thing, though.
Hell of a...
They're lying. I believe he believed in the flat Earth. I mean, he just knew too much about it. Is it possible they just used it as a PR stunt? Maybe.
Grift. I know. The ruse continued.
Where it's a $2 million venture to get me to space.
I can't play this on my stream. I'll get it shut down, so let's skip here.
Again and again, people who are awake, awake believe this bull. There's very few people who says this story is not real. Come on. It's not real, people. Wake the up.
So the people who believe that Mike Hughes didn't die look like this gentleman. They look and behave like this gentleman does.
He did not die in the rocket launch. There's no evidence. There's no proof.
Do they even hear themselves? Here's how it works, my dude. If you want to claim that it didn't happen, you are the one that needs proof. It's not our job to go do your job for you and go out and investigate this. I believe he died in the rocket launch until I see proof that it didn't happen. Get out there and get your proof. Why? This is such bad content. Because it's just logical that he got in that rocket and launched. I'll tell you why. Years ago, he did a previous launch. Didn't he do a second one? Yeah, he did do two. And they televised the second one on a documentary that I watched. They filmed him setting the rocket up. They filmed him getting in the rocket. They filmed him waiting until it fired. They filmed him launching his ass up in the air. They filmed when he got in the first time and it wouldn't launch, so he had to sit there for like an hour until they were sure that the stuff wasn't going to blow up when they tried to pull him out and kill him. You know, all of these things happen. So since there was a documentary film crew there filming the second launch, there were news stations and other people who all claim, so all those people have to be lying, my paranoid schizophrenic friend, in order for him to have faked this. All those separate independent people. You realize the people that are there to film the documentary for the television series crew, it's probably a crime for them to help him fake his death like this, and they all lied. Then you got the different news agencies there. There'd be different news agencies there. They all had to independently agree to lie. And then all the civilians that turned out to watch him do this ding-dong stunt, they all would have had to independently lie. So because of those reasons, and could they have all been bribed or threatened with their lives into lying about this? Sure. Why not? But because it's so illogical, I think you should tell me why it's all a lie. You tell me that before you get to sit around and say, everybody that's awake can't believe this because you're awake. You know, you're awake, and therefore, because you're awake, you can't believe that he died in a rocket launch. If you're awake, you will not believe this.
He will die in his own time with a new name, new identity, new face.
I think you're a paranoid schizophrenic, my dude.
Just like the Challenger explosion. Come on.
Oh, my God. Okay, he's crazy. Dude's lost it.
It's the same story over and over.
ProLib. Oh, shit. Okay, cool, buddy. I didn't know you were going to do it right now, but yeah, okay, cool, buddy. Hell yeah.
NASA and
there is footage from before he got in the rocket until the rescue teams arrived. Exactly negative, yes. It is absurd. Now, here's the problem. So let me actually try to salvage what just happened on my show into something that would make sense for YouTube content. So here is a good reason for us to witness these idiots say these things and try to move into the next topic. This is what they do. They do this type of stuff. They use, if you think this paranoid schizophrenic is really crazy, there's about a 10% chance this guy's crazy. There's a 90% chance he just wants to have a YouTube channel where people click him and watch him. So what he's done, he's taken, just like his conspiracy theories say, he's taken a news event and he's taken a conspiratorial event that are combined together, and he wants to target the dumbest people possible. So he says, I'll lie to the paranoid schizophrenics that believe in these stupid conspiracy theories. He grabs the Mike Hughes story. He goes in and sits down. He's too kind of like, he's not really smart enough to be able to put together a good conspiracy theory for what happened. So he just sits down and says, if you're awake, you can't believe this. Because then the ding-dongs on the other side of the screen are going to say, I'm awake. I don't want to be asleep. Okay, I'll believe that he didn't die. Yeah, let me grab my keyboard. It essentially breaks down to this. Here in about a month or two, maybe less, footage of Mad Mike getting into the rocket will come out. Footage of him launching. Cameras inside the rocket and outside the rocket from different angles will all surface as time goes on. The police have time to check the footage. It all gets time to process in. They can release it, all that stuff. They might want to sell it to the news or TMZ or something. And after they get it out there, this guy will sit back down and he'll say, it's been a month, they fabricated. You wait and see. He'll either do one of two things. He'll ignore it completely and delete this video, or he'll say that in a month, they use CGI to recreate everything so that they can fake it for you. If you're awake, this represents years of content on YouTube. It's what makes people that actually want to take mysteries, strange things, conspiracy theories, and sit down and talk about them logically, debunk them, and explore the ones that are strange enough to not have an explanation or are strange enough to actually make a good video. It makes us never want to touch conspiracy theories ever again, because these guys have flooded the internet. These people that try to hide behind the shield of paranoid schizophrenia or stupidity to the point where they can have some excuse to get up on the screen and just sit there and scream how if you're awake, you won't believe this. The problem is the dude that made this video, I don't know if this is him or not, but the dude that made this video probably believes it. This is probably him.
And the Flat Earth Society is NASA. It's the same thing. They're lying. It's
the thing. It's the thing. It's the Flat Earth Society thing. Yeah. Flat Earth thing, society thing. You know, the thing.
A lie story with Mad Mike Hughes. He did not die in the rocket launch.
Oh, man. That was a good video. That was great. Oh, don't even go there. Oh, this is a debunk. Is this a debunk? Please tell me this is a debunk. Tell me this isn't going to be a stupid fucking video.
Hello everyone, Risk Mr. Thrive and Survive. It is February 23rd, 2010. Wanted to bring this to your attention because of several things here. You may have heard of this Daredevil Mad Mike Hughes, dead at 64, fatal rocket crash landing. This is going to be a perfect example of how you can't trust anything that you're being told unless pretty much you have first-hand information, or you have people that are trusted to tell you what's going on. Mad Max, I actually I can't say I met him, but I was standing 5 feet from him as he was talking. He was at the Flat Earth International Conference. Where did I meet him? I believe it was Denver. And anyway, he was a rocket enthusiast, and his thing was he wanted to go up and try to get to the edge of space. In fact, let me read you this article, and then we'll get into the just unbelievable lies. What's going on here is he is being trashed because he's a flat earther and being made out to be crazy and things like that. Not necessarily in this article here. There's other people doing videos on this, but I want to...
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, I can't take it.
Correct something that's very wrong about this guy. Let me just read a little bit here. Mad Mike Hughes is believed to possibly be dead after launching...
This is worth a video. This is worth you guys. This is what your guys' content has come to. This is your content.
Himself in the air with a self-made rocket that crash landed and was captured on camera. He had this rocket with him when I met him, or when I was with him in Denver.
Skynet, I am today because I'm going back. I have an opportunity and I'm blocked. What are you talking about? You're blocked. Where are you blocked at? You ain't blocked here. See? There you are. Skynet. Bubbity 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 boop. Gigi V. Gigi hee hee hee. Yeah, you ain't blocked on my stream. I don't know what you're talking about.
The well-known daredevil, an amateur rocket engineer, was doing a rocket launch Saturday in what appears to be Barstow, California.
Oh my God, will you get to the damn point?
You hear if you're not a flat earther.
What?
And how do I know this? Because I heard it come out of his own mouth as I stood there. More than once. Because people were saying, well, why are you here if you're not a flat earther? And he explained.
Oh, God. Bro. Oh, yeah, he probably felt like a complete idiot. And you know why he probably kept saying that he wasn't a flat earther? I can show you real quick. Jones is the... Skynet, are you okay? What happened to you, Skynet? You're typing some weird stuff into my chat. It's scaring the living hell out of me, Skynet podcast. I'm scared. Yeah, that's really you. Okay. I thought maybe it was a dummy account. I don't know. It's kind of strange. Okay. Anyway, what was I going to... Oh, Billboard of Doom. Okay. See, here's what someone showed Mr. Mad Mike. You draw a circle. This is the Earth. You draw another circle. Right? Now, you've got half of the Earth in day, half of the Earth in night. Now, watch this. Show me any other shape where you can have half of the Earth in day, half of the Earth in night, have one city here, one city there, and then one city over here. One city here. Now look and see what cities are in daytime and what cities are in nighttime. And then tell me where the sun is, right? It's in the east, it's in the west, right? Then you tell me what shape the Earth is based on where the sun sets and rises. It's a very simple process. It is impossible for the Earth to be any other shape but a sphere. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. See, all you need is a piece of paper and a pen to debunk the flat Earth. That's what makes it. Oh, and by the way, to move this stream out of this stupid topic, let's take a look at what Professor... I'm only going to play the first couple seconds. Let's see what Professor Dave did.
Hey everyone, so it's been almost exactly 1 year since I published my innocuous little flat earth debunk as part of my astronomy series. That was the one that the Globe Busters foolishly engaged with, and their idiotic insult-filled commentary prompted me to make this little gem that they never recovered from. Then, based on the ridiculous idiotic insult-filled commentary prompted me to make this little gem.
Because that's the kind of people they are, Professor Dave. They are disgusting. Really, really dumb people that didn't even take a 9th grade geometry class.
That they never recovered from. Then, based on the ridiculous...
No, they didn't. They never did recover from it. You are correct there, sir. They didn't recover. They've done nothing but breakdown since you've made that video. It destroyed the flat earth. It really did. And I thank you for it because it was really bad content. It wasn't good.
Ridiculous comments I received on that video, I made one more to mock the moronic things that all flat earthers say verbatim, or at least they did until that video made the rounds. And then I put the whole thing down for a while. It was never my intention to make that kind of content, but it was quite satisfying, and I got...
You should make content that just plain debunks really dumb conspiracy theories. That's what I think you should do. Just plain old ding-dong conspiracy theories. It'd be great.
Got 10 times the views of my normal content, which was a plus, but I had to move on. Lest I be tempted to rebrand myself from a channel with academic intentions to one devoted purely to debunking con men. However, it's been a year. I've made so many tutorials since then, so why not jump back in the muck for a second? This time, I'd like to offer some challenges to you remaining...
The muck where most of us lie. Okay.
Few that are desperately clinging to this dying fad to derive some semblance of self-worth. Let's call...
Yeah, Suge. Professor Dave was cool, man. I helped him when the Globebusters copy striked him. And I reached out to Professor Dave and helped him get some tweets going and some things going and get some emails sent out and get his video unblocked. And he put me in a about section for it. It was pretty cool of him.
Call them 10 challenges for flat earthers.
Oh, Fanto, he is? He's about to start debunking. Good. He needs to debunk anti-vaxxers. Damn ridiculous. One of the dumbest conspiracy theories. Now, I'm not saying that certain chemicals inside of certain medications aren't bad for you. And it's fine to make content around that. But when you get people that are so ding-dong dumb that they want to just stand up and say, every vaccine's bad. It's like, hello, have you met smallpox?
These will
Oh, you haven't, because you've been inoculated. Oh.
Be some basic things that anyone could do to test the validity of the flat earth hypothesis. These are so mind-numbingly obvious that the fact that you don't do them is an immediate indicator of your complete lack of intellectual integrity. Let's get started and you'll see what I mean.
Not only did the stream and the combat where you want me answer some? What? Are you okay, Skynet? You're scaring me right now. I don't like to be scared like this on a daily basis.
Number 1, here's the flat earth map that you all seem to agree upon. Anyone with half a brain can immediately tell that this does not correlate with reality.
Easily it doesn't correlate with reality.
But for those with an even smaller fraction, let's do a few things to prove it. For example...
I love Dave's little hits. You get me? Those little hits that he throws in there. I love
Make a scale. You know, a scale. It's that thing on maps that tells you how far away things are from each other. Look at the
negative exponent. Great point. Why would somebody who doesn't make money from flat earth feel the need to copy strike another channel? You should ask Bob that.
This map. There's a scale. You can pick 2 cities and determine the approximate distance between them. Then you can drive your car from one to another and verify that it is the correct distance. Now back to your little map. Where's the scale here? Why do you never include one? Is it because it's impossible? Yes, that is exactly why. And if you disagree, here's your challenge. Pick some distance on this map, a centimeter, an inch, whatever. Tell me the distance it corresponds to in reality. Then pick some cities and use your scale to estimate the distances between them. Pick 2 on the same continent.
This is easy stuff. This is simple stuff, Professor Dave. This is why I like you. You get the simple stuff out there for these ding-dong, because they're too dumb to do anything real. They can't even draw a circle on a piece of paper. This is good stuff.
Pick 2 on different continents. Use it to tell me how wide this inappropriately enormous ocean is. Use it to tell me literally anything about the distances between literally anything. When you can't do it and your numbers do not correlate with reality in the slightest, recall that this map does it just fine, and then admit that your map is stupid.
It is stupid. It's really bad. In fact, I won't even go there.
Your complete inability to make any kind of remotely legitimate map.
If you've ever believed in this map, you should feel stupid. It's good. It's that feeling you get that'll prevent you from doing stupid things like this in the future. Don't feel bad that maybe you believed in this one day ago if you were a flat earther once. Just be happy that you never have to be this stupid again.
Single-handedly proves the earth isn't flat. But let's continue just for fun. Number 2, as we all know, the existence of Antarctica poses a huge problem for you. When it is summer in the northern hemisphere, you love to pretend that the sun moves inwards to this tropic, making the days longer here and shorter in the southern hemisphere. To even try, observe that the light patterns become so nonsensical that not even the most meth-fueled creatives amongst you could vomit enough magnetism jargon to justify it.
You know what's great? Me and Team Skeptic busted Morgile out hitting the bong while they were trying to make fun of Professor Dave. So while Jaronism and Bob are running their yappers, the only 3 people on the call were Jared, Bob, and Morgile. Morgile's quiet, and his microphone is just really low, hitting the bong while he's trying to make fun of Professor Dave. It was so good, dude.
If you can't make your model show the seasons and night and day at the same time, as I pointed out that you can't almost a year ago, then seriously consider shutting up forever. Number 3, here's an idea. What if you were to actually make a prediction with
I need to get this emoji for my videos. I don't know why I don't use emojis in my videos. I used to.
Even a toddler can understand this. It's so blatantly obvious that you have to resort to your typical ad hoc antics.
Okay. We've been sitting here doing this all night. Okay. And it's getting late, and it's too late. It's getting too late. Oh. So, I really do. I'm glad Professor Dave did that video. It's good. It's almost like throwing another shovel of dirt onto the grave known as Flat Earth. And, you know, that whole thing, dude, sometimes I go back and try to listen to the Flat Earth debate show, or I try to go in and look at what the flatties are doing, and it has gotten so dumb that if I was still trying to include Flat Earth ding-dongs in my podcast, which I will do if they ever put out anything worthwhile, you know, it's just impossible. You know, the golden age of me going at them, it's past. I hope that there's something good in that one video that Negative turned in, though, because I would like to make a video about that. So we'll see what happens. So I actually was positive that it was a dig at Nathan Thompson. I think it was, yes. And, you know, these guys, as they get older, could you imagine having to look back at YouTube at all that dumb shit you said about the flat earth as more and more professors and more people that, you know, who've been like, you know, after I got out of college and after I got out of high school, I spent a lot of time just partying, hanging out, running around, playing video games, you know, living life. I wasn't sitting here studying constantly like Professor Dave. So he just remembers every little thing that would, you know, make them look so dumb. And he's an expert. He really is. He's an expert at the things that teach you why the earth isn't flat, or why 1 + 1 = 2, or how algebra works, or why you shouldn't skip class constantly in 9th grade to go into the bathroom and punch each other in the back of the head like Jaron and Bob did while they were in school. Or you shouldn't try to skip school to go meet your dealer every day at 8:03 a.m. like Morgile did for the 4 years he was in school before he dropped out at the age of 7. You know, all these things... We you know, these guys, we did these. We went to school. We graduated. That's why we're not flatties. And this has been my thing. If I not said that for a while, what did I always say to the ding-dongs? Go back to school. It wasn't being, I always said, it's not me being a dick. It's the best advice you could ever have. When I find out, like, whenever one of my kids, like, comes up and is like, oh my God, you need to help me with this math stuff. And I realize, oh, damn, I barely remember this. I'll go back and actually like brush up on it a little bit, you know? You got to do that sometimes, man. You forget that stuff. You forget stuff that you don't work at constantly. So it's not a bad thing. It's not something you should feel ashamed of. Also, we got to stop giving these guys so much credit. People like Nathan Thompson and Joey Rocha are mentally ill individuals. They really are, okay? There's no other way around it. Now, Bob from Globebusters is a con man. Nathan Thompson probably is a little bit of a con man too, but I would combine his con man-ism with mental disorder. And Joey Rocha is probably not smart enough to be a con man. I don't even think he knows how math works. And I wish I was being funny right now, but I'm not. That dude is just lost. I don't think his brain even works. I don't think it functions properly. So, you know, a lot of it is just kicking people who just can't accept the fact that they need to go get help. You got me? And I mean, it's funny if they do really stupid stuff, like when they did the FEIC. Hey, I'll do content next time they do an FEIC. Next time they all get together, we'll go live and make fun of them. I'll do that once a year. It'll be fun. I'm just not going to do it until they do something worth talking about. So, okay. Let's talk about the Lillee Jean story for just a minute, because today I realized I was blocked by Lillee Jean. This is Gypsy Rose Lee. She had a sister named June Havoc. They were famous back in the day for their burlesque dances, but they were also famous for having an overbearing mother that pushed them into performing from a young age. The mother was said to be the stage mom from hell, and on social media, over the last few days and weeks, another stage mom from hell has been getting some attention. The stage mom known as Lillee Jean's momager or lore. And if you haven't caught up, you're going to have to watch Premink's video and Creepshow Art's 2 videos on the subject. But it all comes down to the mystery of whether Lillee Jean's following is real or fake, and if it's okay to talk about it. Because according to some, just talking about it is cyberbullying. Last night, I was watching another creator's video on the subject, and I realized I need to look into Lillee Jean's analytics myself before weighing in any further. And I found some interesting things. Okay, so if you want to see this video, tune in to UNIRock 2 tomorrow. Make sure you look on UNIRock 2. I haven't been uploading often, so I don't know how many of my notifications will go out. Also, you may want to ring the bell on UNIRock 2 because I will be uploading more frequently now there and live streaming more frequently there. Only written prepared content will go to UNIRock 2, and the random loose streams, like I worked on that video all day today. Went into Discord, chilled out with everybody, pulled all the data, played all the streams, got all the stuff together, discussed it all, built the folders, built the files, got the edit ready. So that it took a very long time to do that. So this video, I think you'll like it. It has a point to it, and it has a piece of information in it that I discovered today. Yeah. That kind of explains the Lillee Jean story, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. I will elaborate on that piece of information that I think changes the fabric of the Lillee Jean story, and I'll probably do a live stream where I discuss that whole thing once I need to study it a little bit. I need to study, I need to look into how much of an impact a mother can have. I think what we'll need to do is look at the pageant mom phenomenon, because I do think Lillee Jean is a social media maven that was pushed in the same way that a pageant mom would push their child. You get me? So here's what I mean. Let me go into it. Let me go ahead. I just got a little presentation, a little thingy for you I want to show you. So let me go ahead and get that going. You know what I'm saying? All right. So what I wanted to show you is this happened today. Steve McCrae, behind his locked Twitter account, was fighting. I don't know how. He must have unblocked him. He unlocked himself. Nope, he's still locked. I guess if he follows somebody, he can fight with them. I don't know how that works. I think Twitter is stupid. This is why I don't use the platform for anything but to share stuff or to search stuff. That's it. I think it's redonkulous that somebody can lock their goofy troll-looking self behind a little bit of a little locked symbol while at the same time doing nothing but shitting on everybody else in the world, right? You want to lock yourself behind your wall and do your thing? I'm cool with that. But if you want to try to avoid all criticism from anybody else out there just so you can be the king guy, like I know if I open my account, logical criticism will make its way into my echo chamber, so I'm going to keep it locked. But for some strange reason, people say that a certain ding-dong named Menace to Sobriety wants to act like I'm doing something wrong criticizing mcrae. Leave Mr. mcrae alone. Everything you did completely damaged his Patreon and his social media following to the point where he can't clear 30 or 40 viewers actively on a live stream. Stop talking about him or I'll cry again. I'm his white knight. Signed, Menace to Sobriety. But so there was and it's ironic. I want you to follow what I'm saying because this matters. This goes to a point. I'm not like the Boom Zoom. I actually tell you things I have a point to what I tell you. So Chelsea Hoffman responds to somebody saying, I am not conducting interviews. I am accepting statements, which is the same that I've done for you, hashtag Lillee Jean. And even if I were conducting interviews, it would be my prerogative, over which you have zero authority. You need to accept this. Chelsea then says, exactly, I don't know, the account owner limits who can view their tweets because they are locked themselves into an echo chamber and they cry a lot and they rip off their community with super chat fund drives and they're a boomer. Exactly. I'm not conducting interviews on Twitter. I'm glad you finally understand this. After I have spent approximately 3 days repeating it, now I will continue repeating this until you get it. I am accepting statements from all relevant parties publicly for transparency. Then Chelsea states, you've both done the same thing. Make statements on Twitter. I've told you my terms again. They are not changing. I will use anything you've said publicly if necessary. So if there's anything more you want, I assume she then said, go ahead and say it. Well, then we got these in on the hot ticket. I provide any necessary sources. I think the issue here is that maybe you should be writing down your own articles if you're so concerned with dictating how they're written, to which a certain goblin troll said, detraction. If you can't handle your own writing because being put up for scrutiny, maybe don't publish it, which is basically just one of their copy pasta, rinse and repeat things. It's like from their playbook of boomer positive points to make. That's why people like you keep telling Lillee, after all, keep pushing for the bullying of a kid so you can make some of that sweet click change. It's a good look on you. See, I don't exist on Twitter. I don't know that people act like this there. I would have never thought that this is how Cheshire was. That she is such a SJW. I don't know what to call it. She is such a dictator. She is so anti-free speech. She's so anti-somebody else. She doesn't want to just criticize what the person is writing. She doesn't want to take the actual article and do like a live stream, put time and effort into reading it, coming up with an intelligent rebuttal to the points inside the article, memorizing where you want to make those points on each place as you go through the article, making sure you don't miss any of them, making sure you're good to perform it live, making sure that you've got everything down, make sure you got your audio, make sure your video, make sure your songs are good, make sure your videos are good that you play in between. No, all you're going to do is attack the individual like a little troll, like a little goblin, and use a blanket criticism of, you're bullying a kid if you criticize her at all. You can't do that anymore. The video that I'm putting out tomorrow does not make the argument that Lillee Jean bought her subs. It is obvious that Lillee Jean, her following is an enormous percent more botted follows than regular. There is no logical argument there. You cannot fight it, okay? Try to do a video where you fight that point with actual words and verbs and nouns and letters and things put into sentences. Try. This is why you don't do that. This is why people use the SJW argument. You're actually going by the playbook. This is why you've got to use these type of blanket criticisms. Just say that anybody that criticizes anything that this person does is bullying. It's not bullying if it's criticism of something they've done with evidence to back it up. Sorry. What could be considered bullying, though, loosely, if I wanted to compare somebody writing an article that criticizes somebody to somebody going to Twitter and making up a bunch of bullshit blanket statements to throw out on somebody right before their accounts get crowd struck and their articles get crowd struck off the internet, I might say that the actual bullying and harassment and targeted harassment would be from the people that are doing the crowd striking. Just saying. Then we go to, I haven't said anything wrong from Chelsea Hoffman. You're just This is one of the best responses I've ever effing seen. I haven't said anything wrong. You're just melting down because you're failing at covering the entire thing up. That is such a good point. This is a smart person analyzing a situation and responding in an intelligent way that perfectly describes what's going on. Because that's exactly what Steve McCrae and Cheshire are doing. And who are they? Are they doing it for themselves? Kind of. They're doing it because they need to stay allied with Lillee Jean due to their past behavior. But they're really doing it because lore told them to. They're really doing it to white knight for lore. Not with a good point. Not with some good reason, right? Because after they say that she says that they're just covering this up, whether you like it or not, hashtag Lillee Jean is considered a controversial person. And that means people are going to write about the drama. You're also making it worse. You see, because people like Boomer McZoomZoom have weighed in on this situation, what do they think nobody else is going to weigh in? So are you bullying are you bullying her by defending Lillee Jean? Because you're saying that people are bullying Lillee Jean for speaking their mind on the situation, taking the other side of it. It either goes both ways or it goes no ways. Got me? So then McCrae, the boomer from the Zoomer, decides he's going to come out of his shell. He's not going to let UNIRock do live streams that are 8 hours long, where for about 6 minutes he talks about how Steve McCrae's hiding because he's lost. Then, you know what? UNIRock was right. If I continue not weighing in publicly on these things, it looks like I've lost. I got to go attack somebody. Let me go find somebody new to attack. Maybe no one will see it, and I'll get away with locking my Twitter account and attacking these people. Ah, perfect. Let's do it. Controversial because people like you just try to report drama from trolls rather than part of the solution. Why don't you use your blogs to help this poor freaking girl who's been literally tormented by the very people feeding you bullshit information? Where is the proof? Why didn't you screenshot her article, the part of the article where she did this? Why don't you say where she did this? Why don't you give anything to back up your statement? You're making a pretty damn big claim here. You say that you criticize those that make big claims, like that the earth is flat. You say that you're smart and those people are dumb. Yet, your behavior in every story is exactly like a flat earther. Remember everything you just saw but the whole story about Mike Hughes, where the guy comes online and says, if you're awake, then Mike Hughes didn't die. Remember him? You can still hear him, can't you? That ding-dong from earlier? Same thing McCrae's doing. For just because I say so. You're just reporting drama. No reason at all. There's not a specific part of your article. It's the entire article, even the part where you say, hi, my name is Chelsea. It's drama. Why don't you use your blogs to help this poor girl? Victimhood mentality. Being tormented by the very people feeding you BS. How is it BS information if it can actually be sourced, if it can actually be pulled up and looked at? Like in my video that I made today, it shows where Lore tried to get somebody fired. But that person that she tried to get fired wasn't the person who she thought was the person she wanted to be fired. Right? Remember Diana Awesome Laser Awesome Beam Diana's video? I always get that shit wrong. Remember that video that Diana did? We saw it yesterday. That's in my video. Maybe that was in the article. You want to know what the issue is? We can't read Chelsea's article. She posted 2. She reposted it. Both times, the website was hit with so many complaints that the article got taken down. You know, it's crazy because in Diane Awesome Laser's video, you also see how anyone that criticized Lillee Jean lost their Twitter account. Anybody that criticized Lillee Jean was faced with big mobs, crowds of people. That's crazy. A blogger sees all the drama that's out there, from the Permink video going viral, from Creepshow Arts videos getting a lot of views, even videos from people out there that just weigh in on this end up getting thousands of views on it. And of course, bloggers, reporters, random people are going to realize it. What he is saying, if you go look at Lore, Boomer, and Goblin, they literally, to everyone who has any type of opinion that might make Lillee Jean or Lore look even 1% bad, it's just that they're trolls. They're just lying. It's just BS. Even if it's sourced, even if it's evident, even if it can be proven. Doesn't stack up, my dude. It doesn't stack up. But then again, nothing you ever say stacks up. This is why everybody runs from you now. This is why once we found out that you were lying, nobody works with you. This is what you do. You don't use logic. I don't think there's a logical bone in your body, bro. There's not 1 point of IQ that you still reach up into your brain and use to go through any of these situations that we encounter online, so that you can be respected in the digital space, so that any person out there looking in from the outside can be on your side. You've given up completely. You have resigned yourself to just basically screaming SJW, just because I said so. Help me, support me. I'm a victim. Everybody else is a bad person. I won't participate in it. I know a few people that will, though. Tormented since 2017, may I add. Well, I suppose you could add. I mean, you and 3 of your sock accounts. I gotta stop trolling them with that. 3 of your sock accounts click the heart button on this. Since 2017, may I add, because you always need another SJW to pipe in and back you up, mcrae. Encouraging and validating, perpetrating the bully of a minor for years until she became an adult. Quite a thing you want on your resume. See how scared they are? If they had logic, they wouldn't fall back on bullying. And if Chelsea was bullying her, they would have proven it. They would have grabbed the screenshot. They made sure to knock the article down, to get rid of the article, to take the article away. Once the article is away, they can go around pretending like it did whatever they want it to. No one can fact check it. Nobody can get in there and actually fact check it. See, this isn't somebody who is bound to some kind of journalistic integrity. It's a blogger. They can pour their thoughts out. If their opinion is that Lillee Jean is the queen of the world, they can put that on their blog. They're allowed to. If their opinion is that Lillee Jean is a devil, they can put that on their blog. They're allowed to. If their opinion is that Mike Hughes is a fairy that flies around in flat earth rockets and puts toys underneath the Christmas tree, she can do that. She's a blogger, right? So what is it's so anti-expression, anti-free speech, anti-anything. It's so evil. It's so nasty. Let's knock down the article. Let's knock down your Twitter account. Let's crowd strike with our buddies who all have nothing more to do than sit around and do what other people tell them to. And then we can put out the thought process that you're a bully, Chelsea. Chelsea's not a bully. Chelsea didn't bully anyone. Chelsea's take on the Lillee Jean situation is that Lillee Jean got famous for the wrong reasons. Chelsea's take is that Lillee Jean made bad decisions, and now the internet has noticed, and now her mom has employed certain people to go on a protection campaign. You got me? This is the opposite of intelligent. It's the opposite of smart. It's just using the most basic things, skipping anything that entails any work, any thought, any preparation, so that you can make an argument and hope that since you crowd-struck enough of it, that if it goes down, nobody can see that you're lying. And that's why you guys crowd-strike and take things down. Factually not the case. You cited your sources poorly and didn't name a single place where anybody could find any info from people that support Lillee. Oh, by the way, let me see. Cited with an S. S-I-T-E-D. Cited? Oh, no, that's not even the correct spelling for that kind. What is that? You can't even spell, Chesh. How do you criticize if you can't spell? Just that there were, but you had no problem telling people where to find the hate. Thanks for exposing yourself also as a liar. You guys think, now this is the problem. I don't know if it's because they private their accounts. I don't know what it is, but do they really think that the entire internet can't see what they're doing? Do they not get it that this is why people don't support them? You know, this is why people cannot side with Cheshire or Steve. And this isn't old. This didn't happen, weeks ago. This isn't me just trying to attack Steve right now. This is me reacting to Steve and Chesh getting their little goblin army to go attack this girl's article so that it is knocked down off the internet. In fact, let me just pull it up. Chelsea. Oh, there it is. All right. So right here, let's right click and open it. Oops, 404, blasting news. To report this issue, contact us. So what about the other article? Makeup influencer Lillee Jean is involved in online drama. They're gone. She had one other article, but it's not even coming up now. They're gone. They're gone. And after they're gone, these guys go and attack her on Twitter. What? Man, it's almost like we got you guys figured out. It's almost like somebody can come to me and tell me that somebody wrote an article about this. I can say, did mcrae and Cheshire attack them yet? Did the article get crowd struck and then they go attack them yet? Yup. Throw it in general. Okay. It's almost like I can just predict that shit. That's an outright lie. You could have talked to Lore, Lillee, myself, Cheshire. Any of us would have given you details on how trolls use people like you to promote their hate. You are contributing to the cyberbullying because you clearly didn't do due diligence. He's still doing it. He's still doing it. Due diligence. Doo-doo. You didn't doo-doo. Diligence. You have to doo-doo that diligence. Are you ready to doo-doo? Don't doo-doo until you doo-doo diligence. It's just so bad. It's so bad. My God. Just because you got this lock sign doesn't mean people can't see what you're doing, bro. I'm just saying, stop attacking people and people will stop laughing at you. I will continue making my choice of allowing both sides the public privilege to provide statements. Threats do not intimidate me in the slightest. Does Cheshire come back and say, I'm not threatening you? Does Cheshire and Steve have a reputation of threatening people? Both sides, and you will continue to choose to only present one of those sides. Color me not surprised in the slightest. I liked the bit of gaslighting you threw in at the end of your article, though. Nice touch. Why didn't you guys go live and debunk her article? Why don't you guys actually do some Did they go live? Somebody tell me in the chat. Did they go live and debunk this? Let me know so I can play a video game, because this is the last thing I'm showing you tonight. Steven is 4Ds. Exactly. Do due diligence. There's his 4Ds. Doo-doo. That is true. Steve gets dicks in space to do the threats. That is true, Janie. You are correct. Yes. You are correct. Doo-doo through. Anyway, did they go live and pull up her article and debunk it and show where she did any of this wrong? I mean, you got to get your D on. That's right, my bro. It's just so bad. How can they still be doing this, y'all? Did you see this shit? Read this. You are contributing to the cyberbullying because you clearly didn't do due diligence. You must go to the bathroom before you do due diligence. Don't do due diligence on my floor. Bad puppy dog. You go outside and do due diligence. It's so bad. My God. I cannot believe that he is like this. He completely lost it. He lost it, y'all. I can look back a few months ago and I saw some examples of this where he was just booming out, right? Just booming out like crazy. But, you know, since he only did it every once in a while back then, I was just like, okay, he's probably just, you know, flipping. He's under a lot of pressure with this channel being stolen. I'll let him have one boom out. I'll let him boom out once. I don't care. Boomed out a couple more times that I noticed, right? And I'm like, damn, it's getting weird in here. It's like he booms out all the damn time and goes completely psycho hose beast all the time. But all of a sudden, once I fucking exposed him, dude, he went straight doo-doo mode, bro. Once I exposed him to be the Grinch that stole Christmas, he just started due diligencing everywhere. Just nonstop doo-doo. Constantly. The Grinch said, "What's wrong with buying subs?" Yeah. Exactly, Donut, man. Ah. Doo-doo diligence. What does this mean, McCrae? You don't do due diligence. You might do the diligence, but you don't do due diligence. Can you believe it? I still can't look back and believe it. I went to him and gave him evidence that Leslie Bass was lying about her strike. I expected him to go to his channel and apologize to Katie Joy for that one thing. He didn't have to apologize for everything. Just apologize to her for convincing a bunch of people on the internet that Katie had false struck Leslie because it wasn't true. And I got online to see that he had been attacking me for a day and a half. And I let him attack me for another day while I made my video. Another day and a half while I made my video. And I dropped Versus Mode Part 2. That's when I dropped Versus Mode Part 2. It just, I look back on it and I'm like, why do people do this? What is wrong with them? You can't pretend to be a critical thinker or someone that's intelligent or someone that's smart when you make arguments with nothing. I can get up here if I wanted to. See, this is why I wanted him to debate me for all the trolls out there. I wanted him to debate me because there is so many things that he outright lied about that people took him hard evidence that he was daily lying about this stuff, and he just continued to block us and continued to go on with the lies, go on with attacking Katie, go on with pushing the bullshit, that I had to drop videos that completely debunked him and completely exposed his bullshit. And once I did, the internet turned against him. You know? He could have fucking just made video. He could have went live. He could have just told the truth. He could have just showed people that he was wrong about Katie on the things that he was wrong about. Right? He could have maintained his opinion on the sexual harassment shit. He could have maintained his opinion on anything else out there that there wasn't evidence for. But when he had hard evidence in front of him, he failed the test. And what does he do? He leaves the internet for a week or so. He comes back, tries not to talk about Katie, tries not to talk about all the things that he talked about for a year, tries to only bring up the things that, you know, he can kind of skirt around and kind of dodge with. And now he's realizing he's not going to get any views. He's not going to get any views doing his fake-ass philosophy shit because he doesn't know shit about philosophy. That was another thing that got exposed during this time because he hadn't talked about philosophy in so long. Like, I watched Nonsec. I didn't watch any of his stupid fucking content. I didn't know what his views on philosophy was. But now that I watched some of it, after all this happened, I'm like, this dude don't know shit. Why wouldn't I just go watch somebody else? He literally is fucking, like, not even college fucking tier. He's not even graduate tier. He's not even college tier. He's not even high school tier with his fucking opinion. He has no opinion on anything. He's never done shit online. And once you combine the fact that he has nothing but doing some moderation on the internet with the fact that he's lying constantly about women that he's mad at, I think that's why, by the way, y'all, sorry, mcrae, I'm doing this to you. I think the only reason he's attacking her is because she's a woman. He won't come at me when I've laid down hard evidence that this motherfucker's a liar. That he willingly and knowingly continued pushing bold-faced lies while I gave him hard evidence that debunked him. He ignores me, right? Locks his Twitter, locks his Insta, deletes some shit, ignores me. But he'll come out of the woodwork to attack a woman that wrote an article. He talked about that shit for a year. That shit I debunked his ass on. He talked about it for a year. Right? Right, all you mcrae, white-haired knights out there? Got me? He can go for a year. And then I can stand up and debunk his bullshit on Katie. And he can continue to lie about it until he gets chased off the internet and has to switch up his shit. He can't come at me. He can't debate me. He wanted me to go to fucking his buddy's channel to debate him. I said, fuck no, I'll do it on Modern Day Debate right now. He said, no way. You either come here to do it, or we're not doing it on a neutral channel. We're doing it on my friend's channel with the people I want to be there with. I said, no way. You and me alone with Modern Day Debate. Let's go. He said no. He picked up another debate with T-Jump because he thinks he can beat T. He knows he can't beat me. He thinks he can beat T-Jump. He knows he can't beat me. But then he goes behind his locked Twitter account and starts harassing this woman because she wrote a blog post where she agreed that Lillee Jean has jacked up her entire social media following. But isn't it true that Lillee and her mom jacked up her whole social media following? Yeah, so Chelsea actually is in the right. So what is your point? If I look at the exchange, the only thing I can draw from it is that him and Chesh, because they always need two, he can't do it on his own. He always needs his backup. They're saying the same thing. They're saying that anyone who says shit about Lillee Jean is bullying, okay? But her opinion was about how Lily's made poor decisions on social media. How is that not true? I have an entire video coming out tomorrow on UNIRocktv that's just littered with poor things that what's her name, Lillee Jean has done. So is it bullying or was it her opinion? Well, I'd love to go look, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere, mysteriously, her articles disappeared. They ended up getting pulled. You know? I think he's just defending. I think Lore and Lillee Jean, one of the two, told him to attack Chelsea. That's what I think. I'm just giving you my opinion. I think he's doing it to get back in good graces with Lore after Lore told everybody that mcrae sent her a letter, sent her a message saying he can't associate with her anymore because now he's starting to look bad. That did happen, and Lore and Steve parted ways when he took his little vacay. I think he's been told, "Oh, you want to get back under Lore's wing? Go ahead and attack Chelsea," and he went right out and did it. Personally, that's what I think. But no matter what happened, he won't go at me. He won't defend his year's worth of content against my evidence that debunks it on a neutral platform in a debate format. Yet he'll keep attacking women on Twitter. Keep an eye out for my video tomorrow, because my video goes into a new discovery. Now, I'm not saying it's new outside of my channel. It's new on my channel. Some of you probably knew it. I didn't know that Lillee Jean has had her mother making blogs of her, taking pictures of her, posting them on the internet, and advertising her daughter since her daughter was 10 years old. There is a since 2010, I think she was 10. Lillee Jean, she might have been 12, so let's just say 12 to be safe. I made new ground myself in my thought process. I'm not saying in the internet's thought process, because I'm sure other people knew about this, but when I discovered blogs inside of the Kiwi links, I discovered blogs where ever since Lillee was like 10 years old, her mom's been packaging her up as a social media or internet-like beauty guru. This little girl, right? These sick pictures that are like zoomed in on her lips while she's puckering up to the camera, posted onto the internet on blog websites that try to say that she's like, if you want her to like whatever, do beauty stuff or whatever, you know, that she's the expert beauty person. So really, I discovered that Lore's been molding Lillee since she was 10 into being the thing that she is on Instagram right now. And then that whole thought process, because I thought it happened when Lillee was like 16. I thought that's when it all started. To know that this all started when Lillee was 10 years old, that changes the story. Because I've been wrestling with the concept. You guys know this. I've been vocal about how much of this is Lore's fault and how much of this is Lillee's. Because yes, people are going to say Lillee's 18. You're right. Now she is. But she's been under Lore's wing. She's been locked under Lore's control her whole life. And I'm not saying that's bad. It was her mother. But if her mother conditioned her to be the way she is, how much of it is the programming and how much of it is literally Lillee doing the wrong thing? Like my point, let's say Lillee tomorrow does a stream and says, I've left my mom's home. I'm getting my own place. I'm going to redo my profiles. I'm going to redo my internet image. I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to try and do it for me. And she goes out, and then a year later, she's became just a normal beauty influencer with 1 million followers on Insta and a YouTube channel. And she's not doing these shitty things, crowd striking, stalking, lying about people, framing others, caring about what people say on the internet, getting mad about trolls. Lillee gets over all that and starts doing the right thing on the internet and amasses a following. How can you criticize her for this shit from back now when she did this because she was under her mother's control? Not saying that's true. Those are the thoughts I'm entertaining when I'm saying, well, Lillee's 15, 16, 17, and her mom's controlling this social media thing. Now I got to think she's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and her mom is treating her like this and steering her into the Instagram reality. How do we know that her brain isn't just so plugged in? She's like in the Matrix with that fucking thing stuck in the back of her skull, right? Locking her into the digital matrix of Instagram reality, the fakest place that could ever exist. Because if you look into Instagram, it is fake, my dude. It is fake. You think Twitter's fake, and Twitter's fake as fuck. Okay? People on Twitter, you don't get, when you go to Twitter, you don't get somebody, right? You get what somebody wants you to think they are. You go to Facebook, you get that thing I just said times 9. You go to Instagram, you get that thing I just said, fake as hell multiplied by 1,000, all right? I don't really know why Instagram is so much faker than everything else, but I'm going to tell you right now, it is. I estimate that Instagram is at least 60% fake. And what I mean by that, 60% of the accounts on Instagram are flat out bots. They are flat out fake accounts. I estimate that out of the remaining 40%, that at least 20% of them are followed by majority of bots and by fake people. Okay? And then I estimate that the top 20% of Instagram that is real is still intertwined in a lot of the fakeness. I don't think Instagram, you go out and look on Instagram, Instagram itself will tell you that there's like 1 million people that have above 700,000 Instagram followers. But then you go and look at Instagram's numbers and they tell you there's only 3,000 people that have above 800,000 followers, right? How do those numbers jive? How does a program that I use to observe Instagram tell me that there are all these accounts that have this many followers, but then Instagram itself says, oh no, there's only like 3,000 people that have over 1 million? It doesn't jive. It makes me think that there is a shit ton of fake accounts out there that appear to have over 1 million followers. But I do know this, that Instagram is the fakest thing you're ever going to see. That's the basis of my video. The basis of the video that releases tomorrow is that Lillee Jean is plugged in to the fake-ass Instagram reality, and it compares lore to an old back in the 1910s or the 1900s, right? The early century. There was a woman who raised 2 children. Now, she raised those 2 girls to be actresses or to be performers, right? Her whole life, she's trying to raise these girls to be performers, and she's trying to employ them and make money off of them in the early turn of the century, right? And as this woman gets older, her kids realize as they turn into adults, they need to break away from their mother. They break away. They become burlesque dancers in the early 30s and 40s, right? And they end up succeeding, and they become famous. Famous burlesque dancers back then. Burlesque dancers are essentially strippers, yes, but it was very, very much dance and performance back in the day. It wasn't as much just stripping your clothes off and being crazy as fuck. You get what I'm saying? You've seen old burlesque. In fact, I'm about to put one up on the screen right now. No nudity. Don't worry. I ain't crazy. I'm not trying to lose my channel and shit. Here we go. Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose. She, I'll probably get in trouble if I play this, so I'm just going to skip through it. Gypsy Rose.
Up until a few years ago, it was New York's second law when I lower my gown a fraction.
Gypsy Rose was a famous burlesque dancer. Am I saying that right? Burlesque? And she had a sister named something Havoc. I'd have to look it up. But their mother was known as the momager from hell. The mom from hell. The pageant mom from hell, or whatever the fuck it was, right? She had this entire book written about her. And once the kids broke away and they didn't want to do regular dancing, they got into this new kind of dancing that was over-sexualized. Yes, they considered this over-sexualized back then. I'm not joking. They definitely did. But my point is that they broke away from their mother. Now, after they did, their mother went and started a boarding house. She ended up, there was a guy that she was accused of pushing out a window to his death, and another guy she was accused of attempting to kill. She was known as just this evil bitch. And then when the girls did their memoirs before they died, they talked about how evil their mother was, how hard their mother was on. And all I could do is keep seeing parallels between Lillee Jean and this really overbearing mother that raised these kids back then to do this, right? That's what my video talks about tomorrow. And, in my opinion, having a fake following is never enough because the following's fake. Having a fake following is never enough to have the power to be able to do this thing that I'm describing. But if you get some desperate motherfuckers that just lie through their teeth and constantly get called out by other creators for being the scummiest scumbag liars out there on the platform right now, you know that him and his friends asked for over $100,000 in GoFundMe campaigns in the last couple years. Over $100,000 they held their hands out for, begging the community from after collecting donations and Patreon money throughout the whole year, while criticizing people like me and other creators for doing content and having a pay link, right? These guys, they are the ones who go out and do the dirty work for people like Lore. These are the ones that are on video doxing. These are the ones that are on video, that are on video doxing, and that have their DMs inside their troll groups that have been released by the other members of those groups that don't, even the trolls that hang out in their troll groups don't agree with what they do. They screen cap that shit and release it to try to show other people what these guys are doing. And they're putting together harassment campaigns to target people, to get their accounts deleted. This is what Lore needs. This is what Lore needs to be able to do what she does. Lore is powerless with her fake following. She's powerless to go out there and torture the internet just herself. But if you take a couple people out there that are losing their views because of their bullshit content and their bullshit way of live streaming and their bullshit behavior on the internet, losing their views, losing their thing, and they become desperate and they see that giant fucking 1,000,000 subscriber badge, that shiny 1,000,000 subscriber badge sitting right next to Lillee Jean's Instagram, right? It's like Lillee, it's not Lore that has the pull. It's not Lore that has the thing that makes these people foam at the fucking troll mouth to want to work for her and do her dirty work and attack other bloggers and other reporters and other people giving their opinion, silencing people, instilling the censorship. It's not Lore that instills this shit from these people. What is it? What causes them to do this illogical, irrational bullshit without a single bit of evidence or a single bit of work to be able to express their point just because they say so, because of bullying? What instills them to do that? It's that gold ass 1,000,000 subscriber, 1,000,000 follower button next to Lillee Jean's name. So you're crying that she can't write an article giving her opinion because of bullying. I say that these fools doing this shit in the name of getting followers and getting attention and getting some clicks and getting some views, I say that that is more abusive toward Lillee Jean, disrespectful toward Lillee Jean. It's more shitty towards Lillee Jean, personally, in my opinion, than the people giving their opinion. And without these guys, if these guys decided, you know what, we're going to try to earn our views off of our own stream. We're going to earn our views off of our own performance. We're going to earn our views off of what our own talent, our own thing. If these guys said that to themselves, right? Fuck, where is my song, bro? I can't find it. Under show music? Yeah, there it is. If these guys said that to themselves, and they said, fuck you, Lore, I'm not doing your dirty work anymore. Because you guys, if Steve was out there listening, because I bet you he is, you know, you could still turn this shit around, you fucking dumbass. You don't have to you don't have to be a slave for Lore. You don't got to bow down to her just because her daughter has 1,000,000 followers. You don't have to have people using Expose Me Boomer as their super chat alert. You don't have to have that. I'm logging in to see it right now, y'all. Hold up. You could turn this all around there, mother fluffer. You could turn this around, big guy. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm almost there. Come on, show it to me. Did it give me a notification? Because I can't see it. Oh, come on, dude. What the hell? It's not coming up, bruh. Oh, there it is. Janie said, the McRae boomer snuck into our community, and now we've gone from seniors group to teen mom group. No one knows why. Oh, it's so true. It's so true. Why did so many people join my channel today? I opened up Streamlabs. Now you got to deal with it. I opened up Streamlabs. Now you got to deal with it. Sorry. Thank you all for joining the channel, though. I do appreciate it. My last point before I transition to other things. You don't have to sell your soul for the clicks. You got to work your fucking ass off for them. It's been so long since I heard my song. Oh, it's been so long since I heard my song. I don't need to stream. I gotta go offline. It's getting late. Stop playing that music, Bizzy. It sounds so good. Oh, it sounds so good. I'm gonna stay up late. You better stop. You better stop, Biz. I'm gonna stay up late. I'm gonna stay up late and stream. Stop it. Turn it off. Turn it off, motherfucker.
Where is your God now?
I shouldn't have to say it. I shouldn't have to say it, though, y'all. It's so obvious. You sold your soul for a couple pennies. It all comes down to it. You sold out. You sold out for nothing. It was all fake. It's a fake account, my dude. Oh, fuck. Why can't you see it? Open your eyes. Open your eyes. I know it hurts. The truth does hurt sometimes. Let me explain this to you. So Lillee Jean loses 1,561 subscribers. Then they say to themselves, we don't like that. We can't take that. You know what we should do? We should follow a few people and we should pay for 3,000, 2,000, 3,000. So doing a little bit of research, you find out that it costs about 90 cents for a follow unless you buy them in absolute bulk. You're probably going to pay more than 90 cents per follow. So it would cost probably around $900 to get yourself around 1,000. Maybe it would be 5,000 for 900. It seems a little expensive, doesn't it? But either way, you spend a little bit of dough. Maybe it's 100. Maybe it's 300. But you spend some money, you get some followers, and you pump yourself back up 4,000. But then Instagram, it says, oh no, hold up, y'all. You didn't learn your lesson? You didn't see that we're going to take away 94,000 people in one day if you keep buying these things. Like, if you want to buy 29, then you want to buy 19, then you want to buy 22, then you want to buy 24, then you want to buy 42,000. We're going to have our algorithm do a little bit of a scan. and we might take away $100,000. Then you're going to lose $10,000, $50,000, whatever you spent. I don't know what you spent. I'm guessing. So then you get nervous. Like, damn, Insta hit us hard back in September of 2018. We better be careful. You know, we better be careful trying to earn this fake-ass following, right? And then all of a sudden, and you're going to hear this tomorrow in my video, Instagram unveiled an update in September of 2019. Ironically, 1 year after they did their massive original update to try to remove fake bots from their account. And this time, though, they're removing likes along with the bots. Because these bots were going in the 2018 update, the likes were hanging around. They would go in, they'd like a bunch of shit, they'd follow a bunch of people, and they'd nuke the bots. But people would say, hey, we're not refunding your money because your likes stay. But in the 2019 update, when right around August to September, they did this weird update, and you'll notice there's a big chunk that's all drawn out right there because that algorithm got stretched. I think that algorithm got fucked right around here because if you look, just about everybody has this weird thing that happened with their analytics in September to August of 2019. Either way, that's when Instagram changed. That's when Instagram started ripping those followers away. Then they started ripping away 28,000. Then they started ripping away more, but you know, you got to buy some. You got to say, no. We can't, we got to buy, let's buy 5,000. Then tomorrow we'll be in the positive. Shit, we're still down 500. Buy some more tomorrow. Then they ripped down 138. Then they ripped down 23,000. Then they ripped down 2. Then they ripped down 8. Then they ripped down 4,000. Then they ripped down 34,000. They ripped down 33. And everybody on Instagram starts sweating. Everybody on Instagram's like, oh shit, all that money's gone. And there's some dude sitting behind his computer with a bunch of crunched up Mountain Dew cans and Doritos bags sitting around him, laughing his ass off because he knew they were going to remove those bots. And he made sure to reduce the price and put out an incentive to get as many scummy Instagrammers to buy as many bots and likes as they could before Instagram walked in and started ripping it all away. But you want to know what's funny? Lillee Jean's not the only one whose data is exactly like this. In fact, some of the more scammier Instagram stars, all in the beauty community and other similar communities like them, had a similar experience on Instagram. Instagram is admittedly plagued with bots. They admit it. They acknowledge it as a problem. The companies that advertise on Instagram know that there are all these bots on Insta. When they go, there are companies that make millions of dollars, and guess what they do? They go around and rate Instagram influencers to see how legit they are. So there is companies, many of them, that rate individual influencers so that your company can subscribe to their company for a monthly fee, and they'll tell you what Instagram people are legit to advertise through and what ones whose followings are mostly fake. And guess where Lillee Jean's at on those lists? Take a wild guess, my dudes, before I leave. I'm about to head out. Do you think Lillee Jean's on the list as a legit Instagram influencer that you should pay money to advertise through and give 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 80 to $100,000 per Instagram post to advertise on? Or do you think Lillee Jean's on the blacklist of fake botted out Instagrams? I'll give you 10 seconds to make up your mind. Newsflash, Lillee Jean's shit's fake. So does that mean that Lillee Jean is absolutely worthless in the realm of Instagram, fake reality, Instagram influencers? No, she's not useless. She's probably got 50,000 people on her account. Maybe 100 if that's my guess. I think Lily's got 50,000. I think she's got about 900 and some fake botted people on her account. I think that 900,000 of them are either inactive or all-out bots based on me analyzing the data in the last week. When I compare to obvious scam let me find you and let me do something for you real. I know there will be criticizers of my stream, so let's dot our T's and cross our I's real quick. Yeah, see, I'm not the braggart. I'm not the guy that goes around shouting my YouTube accomplishments from the skyscraper rooftops. I don't go around bragging like some people do. But since it's late at night, I have a reputation for being able to analyze analytics. It's something I used to do on my main channel for almost every video that I did, because I used to do a channel that's got 40,000 followers that did nothing but report the news, report what news is fake, what news is real, what you should hear, what you shouldn't, what they're lying about and what they're not. That's what my old channel mostly did before it went into other things. And I used analytical data and trend data to pretty much do all my videos back in the day. But just to go back and kind of take my past knowledge here and apply it to this situation, which is something that if McCrae didn't lie about people and attack people so much, he could have came to me and asked me my opinion on this before making a fool of himself for backing Lillee Jean and Laura in this situation. Let's compare Lillee Jean to an obvious scammer. Lillee Green, obvious scammer. Well, damn, son, what happened here? We've got makeup artists worldwide, and this is an obviously bot as fuck Instagram account. It's got a dot in the name. It is @makeup artists worldwide. It is just a bullshit makeup Instagram that's been out there scamming since 2018. And they had so much luck on Instagram. They were good. They had some good content back in the day because they got 17,000, 15, 20, 16, 10, 9, 12, 13,000, 10,000, 12. But then something funky happened. Can you guess when something funky happened for this Instagram? It couldn't have been September of 2019. It would be impossible if it happened in September of It happened in September of 2019. All of a sudden, this popping off. Wait a minute. This is every beauty community. Everyone in the beauty community that had this happen to them in September of 2019. Steve McCrae, Cheshire Vic. The people attacking those of us that do not believe that Instagram is real, that do not prescribe to your Instagram reality. Guess what happened after September? They've been losing thousands and thousands of followers every day. What do you think the probability is that real people every day on September of 2019 all decided, the whole beauty community decided, because they're real, they're not bots being removed by Instagram, the whole beauty community decided we're going to start unsubscribing from all the beauty community channels in September of 2019. Or it could be the Instagram update where Instagram announced that they were going to start removing all of the scam channels, followers, and take away the fake bullshit. That could be it. But according to McCrae, I'm a conspiracy theorist and I have no evidence or no proof to anything I say. But let's look at let's just be safe. Let's not pull up two of them. Let's take a look at someone else real quick. Okay, Now, we've got another makeup and beauty at luxury DE girl. And oh my God, it's such a good account. It got 22,000 followers, 1,000, 2,000, 20,000. Then it got 10,000, 14,000, 16,000. Oh, wait, hold on. Well, hold on a minute. What's going on here? You're telling me that in November of 2018, they experienced a giant dip. November, well, I just told you that they enacted the new algorithm in late 18 and then enacted a more advanced algorithm in late 19. It looks like this beauty influencer was destroyed in late 18. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Let's go pull up another one really quick. Let's just see if the same thing is happening all across the beauty community or if UNIRock is fucking crazy. Okay, we've got a semi-legit beauty influencer, Beautylish at Beautylish. Oh, they've got, I would say their following is half and half real and half fake. Why? They do pretty awesome growth up until when? December of 2018. Then all of a sudden, they've barely been able to grow anything. And it looks like here in what date? September of 2019, they're going straight into the negative here with barely any followers above 0. And that's just a coincidence. I'm a conspiracy theorist, remember? Let's take a look at someone else. Hold up. Got to get them pulled up. Now we've got a smaller beauty community, Janelle Selden. 458,000. Pops off real good here. 10,000, 5,000, 1,000, 4,000, 1,000. Just doing great. Look, career type stuff here. But what happens in around August of 20? Oh shit, that song is copyrighted. Okay, there we go. What happens here right before September of 2019? A lot of negative. Now, this person seems to have bounced back a little recently. But, you know, I'm sorry. I just don't think she naturally gained 7,000 followers a few days back in January, a couple weeks ago. I think she's buying some followers again, but you know, I'll just be nice to her. But she's got that problem in her analytics also. Well, here, let's take a look at somebody else. Let's look at Lillee Jean Insta. Let's take a look at Lillee Jean one last time because I'm running out of Instagram beauty people that we've pulled our data from. So one more time, Lillee Jean is not the only one that has a significant negative balance after 2 specific dates. Late, most likely right around September to December 2018, most likely around September to November of 2019. But Lillee got hit really hard back in 2018 with negative 100,000. Then got hit just as hard lately, negative 28,000, negative 23,000. But this is the problem with Lillee's Insta. Lillee's Insta always pops back up. It always pops back up. Lillee goes down 30,000, she comes up 15. Lillee goes down 30, goes up to 478. Lillee goes down 30,000, 3,000, 33,000, 17,000, 10,000, but then pops up to 700. And I got to say to myself, is it possible that normal accounts are clicking follow? Or is this all fake? Well, let's look at something. One tiny little piece of data really quick that I think answers our question, but it'll be up to you. If we go straight to Lillee Jean's Insta, I found the most interesting thing about her last 2 posts. And it turns out she has a net average on all of her posts. And then I'm out of here for the night. 14.3 thousand likes, 1,179 comments. How many likes and how many comments do you think that picture has next to it? All right, I'll spill the beans. 14.4 thousand. So let's do this. We've got 14,000 likes and 1,000 comments here. 14,000 likes and 1,000 comments here. Now, this is a video with 100,000. This 14,000 likes, 1,000 comments. Now, this is a video with 100,000. 14,000 likes, 2,000. 14,000, 1,000. 100. This is another video. 100,000. You noticing a pattern here? You know, the videos are the good advertisement, right? You do know that, right? Like, if I wanted to buy followers and comments, likes and comments, I'd be an idiot to spend a bunch of money on my pictures. I'd only want to spend a little bit of money on my pictures, right? Because what's going to pull the pull? How you going to fake it till you make it? Well, in my opinion, when I go through all that time and effort of putting together a nice, funky video, I'm going to want that video to get some good views. And I'm going to want that video to do well. But you know those shitty pictures that we do every day just to filler content between the videos? I don't want to spend a bunch of money on that shit. Take a look at what I found. 14,000, 14,000, 100,000, 14,000, 100. All of the pictures are 14,000. All of the videos are 100,000. All of them. You know, she's got the most consistent luck on Instagram that anyone has ever seen. She's beat all the odds, my dudes. Lillee Jean has beat all the odds. Every one of her pictures gets the same amount of likes and the same amount of comments, and every one of her videos, same amount of likes or same amount of views and same amount of comments, you know? That's called luck. That's lucky. That's natural. It's not weird. It's not crazy. Especially when you compare it to an insane social blade. So either Lillee Jean is losing and gaining dead people here. She's losing and gaining people that don't click anything. And she has a built-in fan base that all of them exactly know how to make it 14,000 on every picture and know how to make it exactly around 100,000 on every video. Or, I mean, now take that into consideration while she's gaining 15, then losing 30, then, you know, out of those 30,000 people that unsubscribed that day, you think some of them were the people that watched the video or clicked the picture? And out of the 15,000 people she gained, don't you think some of those people are prone to click a picture or click a video? So why in the fuck does she get the same amount of views on the pictures and same amount of views on every video? You know, you're right, mcrae. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm UNIRock. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. New video on UNIRock 2 launches in the morning. Please watch it. Please share it. Please do all that stuff. Because if you do, I'll stream with you a lot tomorrow. See you then.
Yeah.
Nah, you know, man. Nah, I gotta say this shit. I honestly, I truly want creative people to be inspired to come to social media and YouTube, create the next new thing, to make the next new thing, to bring in the next wave of content, to do it right, to make it good, right? To turn this devastated, censored platform around, you know? But you know what I think? I think we get the same copy pasta ass people doing the same fucking shit constantly. Hey, you like the way my feet look today? Click subscribe. Ooh, shake it, shake it. My makeup. That shit deserves to die off. That shit deserves to die on that fake ass Instagram platform, in my opinion. But Steve, you want to push that shit, old dude. You get it. The dinosaurs are going to die off. The dinosaurs will be gone, and a new wave will come in, and it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be that. I'm just saying. All right, I'm out. I'm crazy. I'm out. Do something new, Lillee. Walk out the front door tomorrow and never look back. Call your mom on the holidays. Wish her well. I love you. See ya. Peace. I gotta go make my next banger video and change the fucking world. Stop doing what everybody else does. Do something different. Be your fucking self, even if you only do it to 100 people every night. Stop copying the losers. Stop doing the same fucking thing. Oh, I hate it. Oh, it just brings me down. Rise above it. Fuck it. Oh, it sucks. It sucks. All right, I'm shutting up now. Hey, I'm not supposed to. I can't. Sorry, YouTube. YouTube, don't get mad at me. Don't get. Oh, wait. No, they're not calling right now, are they? Oh shit. You busy? Tell them I'm busy. Tell them I'm asleep. Tell YouTube I'm asleep. I wasn't supposed to say that. Oh fuck. I'm in trouble now. I know you guys always get mad at me, right? I know you get mad at me when I say this. I know you get angry with me, right? You know? Wouldn't it be crazy? I don't want to say it. Every time I say something like this, it ends up being dead wrong. But wouldn't it be crazy, though, if Lillee Jean did flip off all these old fucks? You know why these old fuck? You know, I'm saying it, Bizzy. Tell YouTube I'm fucking saying it. Well, if they fire me, they fire me. Lillee Jean, flip these old fucks off and go out and be you. Do your thing, because you're not being you right now. I can tell. I can see it in the little bit of fucking content that I watched. I could tell your mother, even if she's not physically standing in the frame with you, she is on your back pulling you down. You got your mom on one shoulder pulling you down. You got McCrae on the other shoulder. Cheshire's stuck to the back of McCrae, and Defango's hanging on your back like a backpack. Every one of your videos where you're doing that same damn thing over and over. You're being their robot. You're not doing it for you. You know I'm speaking the truth. You can feel it. That you're not being you. You're being them. You're doing their thing. The only reason they go out and troll for you is because they want something from you. They're getting it off of your back. And you're letting them. Oh, it's got to bring you down. You got to be able to feel it. Those leeches, those parasites. You know what I do every night? I go to YouTube and I make a video and then I live stream and I do what the fuck I want and it feels so good. Bizzy. Oh, I love arguing with your stupid crackhead ass every night. I love it. I'll never stop. I'm never gonna stop. I'm crazy. Everybody. No, I mean it though. You seriously can flip them off. It is a possibility. It is something you can do. You can tell them to fuck off. You could say something like eat my dick. You could say something like sit and spin. You can tell them to go the fuck away. You could sit down and make a banger video. You could just be you. You could just fucking scream and dance around. I talk to a crackhead piece of bread every night. I honestly don't care what they say about me. It's freeing. You could do that. I don't know why people don't do it, bro. They care so much about what everybody says about them. Oh no. I've got to go live and defend Steve. I've got to go live and defend Laura. Oh, I got to go live and defend Lillee. It has to feel gross. Oh, it's got to feel nasty. Because it's not you. Oh, don't tell me that's you. Don't tell me it's what you want. It's not what you want. I know it. You know it. Every person watching. I don't give a fuck if they support Lore or mcrae or any of those doxers. You know that. You know it's not what you want. Don't even lie to me. You can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to me. That's the one thing I got. I'll see you tomorrow. That's the one thing I got. Isn't that right, Bizzy? Yeah, that's right. Now go get your crack and smoke it. The show's over. It's in my wallet. Go ahead. Take whatever you need, man. You're working tomorrow, though. Okay. You can go do whatever you want tonight. You're working tomorrow.